Darlin Stadium tonight. The Phoebus Phantoms, with a 10-0 record, take on the Maury Commodores of the Eastern District with a 9-1 record. Tonight, opening round action of the Eastern Region Championships. This tonight's game at Darlin Stadium between the Maury Commodores and the Phoebus Phantoms starts off the postseason play for the Virginia High School League here in the state of Virginia. The Phoebus Phantoms have had a real successful season, 10-0. We'll talk. What we'll do now is we'll pass it down to the field where we have Coach Bill D with Bob Hintz.
Okay, good. I have Coach Cotton here from the Maury Commodores. And first of all, Coach, congratulations for making it to the regionals. I know that's always a goal of any coach. You got to get to the regionals to move on. Fine season, 9-1.
Yes, I think it was. Our kids work hard, and, all the credit has to go to those guys. Just had a good group of kids. Kids came to work.
Well, that's always the key. You got to get the kids to come to work. But, when I went over there and was talking to you, and I got to see some of you kids, you got two young men that I thought were twins when I first saw them, number 70 and 71. You had two big tackles.
Yeah, both of them. One of them is young, and one of them is a senior, and the older one kind of helps the young one out. So yeah, we got some good-looking kids, I guess.
And one of the coaches told me that the young man has about a 3.5 GPA, which has got to make you real happy.
Yes, sir. His name is Vincent Payne. He's remarkable young man. Looking for some big things for him in the future.
All right, now you got two young men that just everybody in this side is talking about, and that's D'Angelo Branch and Chancellor Cam, right?
Yes.
And both these young men are pretty good.
I think they're pretty good, and I think they're improving and getting better each week. And I still think they're real raw. I still think they can be better than what they are. They committed, like I said earlier, and they were part of that group that committed in the off season to get it done, and then they've done a great job for us.
Well, you've only been over there a couple of years, so you got to be pretty tickled about the way that these kids responded to your system.
Yeah, it was easy for me as a coach when you come in and you have kids that are willing to make the sacrifice and do what it takes. A lot of times I know we holler and scream about different things, and sometimes we have to. But these kids responded well, and again, all the credit has to go to these kids. They worked hard.
Well, that's great to hear, Coach. One other thing I want to ask you: what do you expect from the Phantoms tonight?
Well, Phantoms is an excellent team. I don't think that's a secret anywhere. Just very, very athletic all over the place, and big too. So again, we're coming. We'll play as hard as we can, and we'll do what we can. Our goal is to win the game.
There you go. That's what you come over for. Well, good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, let's go up to Mike.
Well, obviously that was Coach Cotton of the Maury Commodores and not Bill D. We'll get to Coach D here shortly. Maury, coming off a 9-1 record in the Eastern Region, is led by the running of D'Angelo Branch. 1,484 yards rushing on 23 touchdowns on the season is pretty impressive. So let's send it down now, and we will talk with Coach D now of the Phoebus Phantoms.
Hi, I got Coach D with me with the Phantoms. Coach, first of all, congratulations, 10-0 season. That's one of the goals you work, and sometimes you don't always get what you want, but you guys really worked hard for it this year.
Great accomplishment. I'm proud of the kids, proud of the coaches. Everybody they worked hard, they did what they had to, and now it's a new season.
Well, my hat goes off to you because you've turned that program over at Phoebus. You just turned 180 degrees, and it's just been fantastic. Want to ask you a little bit about your defense. Your defense has really been stingy this year, and that's hats off to the coaches and the kids.
Yeah, the coaches have done a great job. Coach Narvis, our defense coordinator, has been for years, and we've always had a really good defense. I felt like that's been something you could always count on if you played us. You were going to get hit, and we were going to play hard. And this year the group has really come together. A lot of young kids have come together early in the year, and it's just the group's gotten better and better every week.
Well, I know you've had Matt Wright for 4 years, and he's got to be a leader on that defense, but you've had some young kids like Dominic Davenport step up as a freshman, and everybody, but your linebackers, you look across the board, you got some awesome linebackers.
Well, Matt Wright has been playing, on defense for 4 years now, and then Keith Barnes, linebacker, and Jonathan King's done a great job at outside battering with Dante Boone, and but I hate to single out just one group of kids because it takes the whole unit to be in the right place to do their responsibility to have a good defense.
Oh, absolutely. It takes 11 kids to be out there and to play as a unit.
Yes, and to play together and to be where they're supposed to be.
What do you expect from the Commodores tonight, Coach?
Very good offensive football team. They were second in the region behind only Lansdowne, and so we know Lansdowne puts a lot of points up. They're right behind them in yardage and points. They've only lost one game, and that was to Lake Taylor. They came in second in their district, but they're 9-1, and they're a very good football team. And I got to see them against Granby. They play hard, and I expect them to play hard tonight.
Well, I'm always looking forward to seeing your games because I know we're going to see some good hitting out there tonight, and your kids are all fired up, and but they go at it like a workman sense about them.
Well, I think they know how they got to play this time of year, and I just hope we're doing most of the hitting tonight. Yeah.
Well, Bill, congratulations again on your season. Good luck to you tonight.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're going to go upstairs to Mike and have tonight's corporate sponsors.
All right, tonight's game is brought to you by Zoom Sitco with locations throughout the peninsula. Subway, located at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, great subs, salads, and wraps. And Tanya's Super Pet Center, where pets are not just animals, 49 West Mercury Boulevard, and in part by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Call Eric to buy or sell your home or property. Call 881-2004, and by Parkline Wood Funeral Home, located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue, where Nancy Staten is the manager. All right.
All right, boy, we're ready for a good game tonight. This is definitely football weather. I'm telling you, I was down on the field when I was doing those interviews, and I had that microphone in my hand, and I had to get some gloves from Don Giroux. My hands were freezing. That's a metal microphone. But both of these teams, Mike, are very ready for this game. They both have approached it in a workmanlike manner. But, I was looking at some of the statistics. Cam Chancellor, who has he's got 18 touchdowns in these passes, but he's connected on 60% of his passes this year, and that's just to me is phenomenal. And I look down there and see Aaron Ward has connected on 53%, so he's not too far behind. Both of these young men are extremely well, both of them are good quarterbacks. I think the edge in running will go to Ward though, because Ward I think has got more yardage by running the ball, and he's always a threat to run the ball, Mike.
Yeah, he's got just under 800 yards rushing on the season, right at 1,300 yards passing. And it's pretty equal as far as his touchdowns, 17 to 17. So you can either throw it or run it. So
yeah.
as far as the quarterback's position, Aaron Ward's is the real deal here. Both offenses tonight extremely powerful.
And and I'm looking at the offenses. I think that you got to say by the statistics of the offense, the plus goes to the Commodores. Defense, the plus definitely goes to the Phantoms. But then you look at your special teams, your kicking game, and everything. That goes to the Phantoms.
Well,
so I think the Phantoms are just a little bit better.
But we're going to find out because this is a game where the offenses are very powerful on both sides of the ball, and the team that has the better defense during the game and causes the most turnovers is definitely going to come out ahead on this one.
You can't turn the ball over when you reach this competition, because when you do, you're giving the other team a chance to have the ball that they shouldn't have had, and you usually give them good field position, which you don't want to have.
Correct. Now your teams are starting to get pretty even.
Let's listen to the officials.
Award your teammates now because you will get awarded good today. Is that clear? All right, we had the coin flip, came down. If you won the toss and elected to confirm, you elected to kick the ball this way. Correct? All right, you turn your backs that way. Turn your backs this way.
And the Maury Commodores have won the toss. They deferred to the second half, and the Phoebus Phantoms will get the opening kickoff to start the game here. They will be coming and defending from the east end of the zone.
I looked at who these two teams have played, common opponent, and the common opponent is Menchville. And Menchville was played this team the first game of the season and got beat 40-21. And Menchville, who did not win a game in the districts, put 21 points on the board against this team. That's why I think their defense is a little bit suspect. Are we good? Give me the officials.
Here's the officials for tonight. They're from the Southeastern District. Referee is Jack Hannon. Umpire is Jeremy Glasser. The line judge is Tony Martin. The other line judge is Terry McCarthy. The field judge is Tim Johnson. The side judge is Mike Abbott. And the back judge is Han Wittelsberger.
Wittelsberger, okay.
That's from the Southeastern District.
Yeah.
We've talking about a couple of the stats here regarding the offense and defense for both teams during the year. This is a telling factor. The Phoebus Phantoms defense, they've only given up 3.6 points on average per game during the season. Maury's given up 17.
Yeah.
So the defense is...
Well, the defense definitely goes to the plus to the Phantoms. We will pick a player of the game from the Phantoms tonight. We're going to pick an offensive and defensive player, and they will get a shirt. It comes from Tidewater Team Sports, and they're located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in the Oyster Point section of Newport News. It's your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidering, uniform, and apparel. Call 594-0411. Talk to either David Chubb or Terry McNamara.
All right, the Maury Commodores will be kicking off.
I didn't quite catch what Scotty said, but anyway, we know Phoebus is going to get the ball. We're going with offense for the Phantoms. Let's go. And there you see we have Matt Wright, Nathan Robinson, Brent Vincent, Aaron Ward, Dennis Mathis, and Arun Brown. And on the line we have Robert Edwards, Maurice Hampton, Aaron Elliott, Andre Holloway, and Travis Washington. Those are your front guys that are doing the business up there. Onside kick. And I don't know who ended up.
I don't know. It looks like Maury may have come up with the ball. Let's see what the referees show here. And they did. Number 22 of the Maury Commodores came up with the onside kick, and the Maury Commodores will take over to start the game.
What a gutsy call right at the beginning and puts the Phantoms in the hole right away. They got their offense ready to gear it up to go out there, and all of a sudden they're on defense. So we'll give you the Phantoms defense and the Commodores offense in just a second.
Number 22 was Brandon Brooms, who recovered the onside kick. The quarterback is number 4, Cameron Chancellor.
And they call him Cams.
Going to pass on his first down, and it's over the middle, deflected and caught.
Wow. Here we go with the offense.
The offense, Cameron Chancellor, the quarterback, Brian Oliver, the fullback, Kenny Chandler is the tight end, Prince Parker split in, Dyree McCain is the split in, and D'Angelo Branch is the tailback. That's Vincent Palmer, Daryl Davis, Dominique Rojas, Parker, and Spence are the linemen. Handoff up the middle.
And he was stopped by a host of Phantoms that time, and I believe that was that was number 3. That was Branch.
Angelo Branch on the first carry. His first carry.
Here we come with the Phantoms on defense. We have Maurice Hampton and Terry Lyles as the tackles, the ends, Kobe Walker and Landon Givers, the inside backers, Matt Wright and Keith Barnes. The outside backers, Jonathan King and Dante Boone. The cornerbacks are Nathan Robinson and Brent Vincent, and the safety is Chris Tucker.
So after a deflected pass that was complete for the first down, Branch takes the ball and
Looked like somebody took a timeout.
The referees have called timeout and they're discussing something.
Illegal substitution.
Well, that's a 5-yard penalty for the Maury Commodores. That's going to back them up to just shy of the Phantoms 30. They'll call it the 34-yard line. It's going to be a second down and 14 now.
Yeah.
Nice shot of the scoreboard and the moon. Nice bright.
Mike Hauser howling at the moon. I don't know. You were howling, Mike.
Well, that's what Scotty seems to think.
All right, in the shotgun formation.
Chancellor in
4
the shotgun.
wideouts.
Pass over the middle at the goal line. Touchdown. Maury Commodores have scored quick here in the opening period of play as that pass went to number 5, Dyree McCain, for the score.
Yeah, a lot of time to find the open receiver. The Phantom's going to have to get some they're going to have to get some pressure on him.
Well, let's
But
no
he
doubt
was wide
about that.
open.
He was wide open over the middle as they would look like Phoebus may have been in a zone there, and like Phoebus has too many men on the field as one of their players actually ran out behind the goalpost. Kick is up, and it's good. The Maury Commodores have jumped out in front of the Phoebus Phantoms with 10:29 to go here in the opening period by a score of 7-0.
Zooms, we're proud to have David Allen Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zoom supports the student athletes in the Hampton City schools. And welcome new corporate sponsor, Tonya Super Pet Center, located at Langley Square Shopping Center. This aquatics department features over 22,000 gallons of fresh and saltwater fish. Small animals bird department is beyond comparison. Go out by and see them at 49 West Mercury Boulevard. And, of course, by the subway. 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, where Heath Patel is there. You can order a box lunch or party platter for your next group meeting. Locally owned and operated in the Buckrow Beach area. Your choice of mouth-watering ingredients in a sub, salad, or wrap. Stop by and see them. 1807 East Pembroke Avenue.
3 plays it took for Maury to score. 44 yards after the onside kick recovery.
And the first pass that was tipped that probably would not have been caught had
Kind of deflected off of a Phoebus player into the wide receiver for Maury. It was good for a first down. They had one run for maybe about a half a yard, and then the big play on the pass. It's a little pooch kick again, taken out about the 33-yard line by the Phantoms. Brought back to near the 40.
Talk a little bit about the coaches. Coach Cotton is a head coach, assisted by Pete Allen, Kevin Allen, William Robinson, Anthony Copeland, Parker, and Maurice Franks, Cornell Parker, Ron Bridges, and Sean Elliott.
Cornell Parker.
I'm sorry, Sean Ellis.
That's a well-known name from the past.
We'll give you the Phantoms on offense again at a first chance.
Hands the ball off to the first man through the line.
That looked like it was Brown.
Mathis, or was it Haroon Brown?
All right, let's go with the offense. Here we go. Aaron Brown, Brent Vincent, Matt Wright, Denathan Robinson, Dennis Mathis, and Haroon Brown. Those are your skill positions. We have Edwards, Hampton, Holloway, and we're missing somebody up there. Washington.
Mathis on the carry. Gets about 4 yards. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be the 3rd down and 1 now for the Phantoms.
And here's your replay of the last play.
Bounced off of a would-be tackler and picked up 4 yards. 3rd and 1, right at the Phantoms' 49-yard line.
And Aaron Brown on a keeper stepped to the right side and took it across the 50. And here's your defense for the Maury Commodores.
King, Armstead, well as Chancellor, Williams, and McCain. Your ends are Hines, Parker, and your middle linebacker is Scott. Tackles are Wiley and Fleming. Those tackles are pretty good-sized young men. And off to Mathis up the middle, gets a little bit of a crease, picks up about 11 yards on the play, and a first down.
Well, this is one thing I expected the Phantoms to do is move that play right. You've run the ball right down the field, and you can see there's a nice hole there. Picked up enough to get the first down, but the Phantoms were not aware of the of Coach Cotton. That was a gutsy call on first down on the opening kickoff, is to pooch that ball and get an onside kick.
That was Haroon Brown on the carry of 11 yards. There's Mathis off the left side. Look at him battle for yards and picks up about 10. He's close to a first down.
I think they're going to spot it in the first down area. It looks like they're going to put it at about the 28. Watch this replay. Did a good job going on the left-hand side. Nice block there, and then just runs out of a couple of arm tackles.
That was a nice move to get around number 8.
Talk about the Phoebus coaches in just a second.
Mathis again off the right side this time. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5 yards on a play. That's going to bring up a second down and 5.
By the Phantoms, the head coach Bill D, assisted by Greg Navard, Greg Day, Dick Van Dyke, Ron Johnson. As you watch the replay, James Holbert, Scott Snyder, Skip Perry, Anthony Robinson, Patrick Johnson, and Brett Birch.
Mark him with a 6-yard gain, second down and 4 now for the Phantoms. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first period of play. Maury out in front, 7-0. Handoff is to the first back. I believe that's Brown. He gets the ball down to the 15-yard line.
That is Haroon Brown again on the carry, and it looked like it's close to another first down, and it is. Watch this ground shot here. He just covers up that ball. You notice they're really protecting that ball, Mike, as they're going through that line of scrimmage.
Picks up the first down. To be first down at 10 from the 15-yard line.
In on the tackle.
Aaron Ward, the quarterback. The Phantoms have wide receivers to the top end, bottom of the screen. It's Mathis on the carry, down to the 10-yard line.
Boy, he did a great job of sidestepping, and the flag comes in late. And we got holding against the Phantoms. That's going to hurt because they were down there close. But I don't know if we're going to pick up the holding or not, but you watch here, right here, he goes through, picks up enough yardage, but the flag was thrown clear in the back way after the play had gone by.
Holding call against the Phantoms.
Okay, now that'll be from the spot of the foul, so that'll give him, well, that's going to make it.
First down and what looks like about 18 at this point.
I was going to say, it's not quite 20, is it?
Oh, he was 2 yards into the line of scrimmage before the flag came down, so it's first and 18. Mathis on a carry up the middle, scoots to the outside and gets all the way down close to the 10-yard line where he was before the penalty. So that's going to bring up a second down and 8 from the 10. I'm sorry, make it a second down and 8 from the second down and 5 from the 10.
Spit it out there, Mike.
Ooh, I get it out. Nice balance as he's just shy of the 10-yard line.
He's doing a great job of not letting them get a clean shot at him. He does a good job of sidestepping would-be tacklers. But this is phantom ball, just drive it right down the throat. And there's
Brown. Oh, a keeper.
Keeper by Aaron Ward, and he picked up. He's short of the first down, and
Looks like he gets down to about the 7. Gain of about 3 on the play. That's going to bring up a third down and 2 for the Phantoms at the 7-yard line. After giving up a long pass for a touchdown early here in the quarter, the Phantoms have come right back and driven the ball down to the 7-yard line, and they're threatening for their first score of the game.
Dominic Davenport, the big freshman, checks in number 82 along with Colby Walker.
Here goes the handoff to Maroon, and I believe he's down close to the 5, and that's near the sticks. We'll have to wait and see.
They're going to spot the ball right on
He's already
the 5.
given it to him.
Yeah, he spotted right on the 5-yard line.
So the Phantoms have a first and goal from the 5-yard line. 5:41 to go here in the opening period of play. 7-0 is the score. Commodores out in front.
We'll see what the Phantoms do, and I don't see them to look for them to do anything different than they've been doing.
Well, they haven't done anything but run so far, and that's probably what Coach D is going to do, is keep it on the ground. And there goes Mathis right in for the score. Touchdown Phoebus, as the Phantoms have come right back to score a touchdown, and they're an extra point away from tying it up here.
Well, I think that Well, that was not Mathis that scored that time. That was
Brown?
Haroon Brown that scored.
Brown had set up in the tailback's position on that one then. They flip-flopped.
They'll do that, and and I don't be surprised if you see Brent Vincent play some tailback tonight.
I think that's what they have planned, to try to get his hands on the ball. The extra point now is being attempted by Lamont Fredericks. This is for the tie. Kick is up. It looks good from here, and it is good. So with 5:20 to go here in the opening period of play, the Phoebus Phantoms come right back to score and tie it up at 7-all.
Well, that's what I expected him to do, is just move that ball down. Why put it in the air when you can pick up 5 and 6 and 7 yards at a whack? Talk about a crew tonight. On cameras, we've got Nathaniel Braxton, Susan Bowers, Steve Fryer, and Mike Nowinski. Down there on the camera came, we got Monique Bird and Jeremy Ferris. Graphics and animation, Andy Foley. Slow motion instant replay, Andre Mattingly. Camera control, Sarah Myers. Production assistant, Renee Camden. Audio and chief engineer, Don Strauss. I like Don. Boy, he let me borrow his gloves tonight. And director, producer, big guy, Scotty, beam me up Bowers.
I think it was a little bit nippy out there in the pregame with the interviews.
The mic was, the mic is metal. There was no way to warm that baby up.
So Fredericks will be teeing it up here for the Phantoms to kick off.
Now it's time
Nice
to see the
drive.
Phantoms do something on defense. They let the Commodores score, 3 plays?
Commodores, after opening up the game with an onside kick, recovering it at the 44-yard line of the Phantoms. It took 3 plays to take the lead, but the Phantoms have come back to knot it all up. There's Fredericks' kickoff. It's taken right at the 15-yard line as he's running right straight up the middle of the field. He gets out to about the 32-yard line.
And he ran into number 25, Colby Walker.
And that is James Butts on the return, number 21 for the Maury Commodores. 1st and 10 now at the 32-yard line.
Back in their spread formation and the shotgun.
2 wideouts to the top of the screen, 2 to the bottom. Single setback. Pass outside is complete at the 40. It spins forward just at the sticks.
That was a great move after he caught the ball, and that's looks like number 8. Yeah.
That is Prince Parker on the reception.
And they put some pressure on the quarterback. He got rid of it real quick, and he had to. But a nice move by number 8 to get close to the first down, just about a foot shy.
Parker, 6'5". It's a big target to be throwing to.
Now they're saying it's a first down.
Give him 10 yards on the reception as the referees have given him the first down. 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
Well, he's back under center now, the quarterback Chancellor.
That was McCain in motion, handoff up the middle, and there's a flag here late. Here's holding that's being called on Maury. And I tell you what, the play was already down when the referee threw the flag.
Well, they did the same thing down there.
See the flag just threw.
Well, against the Phantoms, they did the same thing. The play was already over and the flag come in. Jonathan King, number 33, making the stop. Jonathan playing one of those outside linebackers for Bill D's defensive unit.
That 8-yard gain goes for naught as the flag was thrown right at the original line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense.
A holding call. We're back to Commodores. Up.
That'll back them up about 10 yards from the original line of scrimmage. That's going to make it first down at 20. As the holding call was called at the original line of scrimmage. So they spread out with, looks like they got a slot out to the top of the screen, wide out close to the sideline here next to the Phoebus sideline. Quarterback gets hit just as he lets it go, and it goes right through the hands of number 5,
And
who is
almost-
Derry McCants.
And almost picked off by one of the Phantoms. Looked like number 8, Chris Tucker, almost come up with it.
Noticed that the ball kind of left his hand a little kind of crooked when he got hammered at the same time he was throwing it.
That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to put pressure on the quarterback, Chancellor, not give him a chance to set up and look over the defense and pick up a second and third receiver.
Second down and 20 as the Phantoms jump off sides.
Too anxious. That'll be 5 yards against them. Didn't make it second and 15. That's called encroachment.
So the ball is marked now at the 37-yard line. Second down and 15 for the Commodores.
Penalty will make it 2nd and 15 from the 37 for the Commodores.
Handoff now is to the tailback. Gets a nice little move, and there's another flag that goes thrown in there.
And I saw that hold.
That one came all the way from the back judge.
Depends on how wide our camera angle is to catch this. Right. Well, we didn't see it, but there was another holding call.
Well, I was looking at the flag, and the flag flew 15 yards in the air.
Well, we'll give him a 3.5 on technique.
The back judge referee all the way back on the 45-yard line of Phoebus is the one that threw that flag, and that one.
Well, and if that's back at the line of scrimmage, so that's going to should bring up a 2nd and 25.
Maury is kind of shooting themselves in the foot here as that's what 3 penalties already in this drive, and they're going in the wrong direction after picking up a first down. It's going to be 2nd down and right at 25-yard line, one at 25 yards. 4 wideouts now as they have spread the offense again. Angelo Branch is the running back by himself back there, and he's being pressured out, and down he goes.
Good job by was that big 58? Yeah, 58 for the Phantoms. That's Terry Lyles.
Chancellor gets sacked in the backfield. That's going to be another loss. So it's going to be 3rd down and right at 34 yards to go for the Commodores.
You're right about going in the wrong way, Mike. They are definitely headed in the wrong direction.
Angelo Branch is the lone back there, and the snap was fumbled. He was lucky to get the ball back as the Phantoms blitzed 3 players right up the middle.
Watch this replay. The ball was just a low snap, but number 7 was one of the young men in there for the Phantoms, and that's Landon Givers, a defensive end. Nobody touched him, and that brings up a 4th and
a mile.
41. Phantoms should end up with good field position.
Here's the punt. Gets it off short. It's not even going to get to the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, it does. That's where it's going to be put down, right at the Maury 43-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Mike, number 25, young Mr. Colby Walker was right in the face. I thought he was going to block that.
So the Phoebus Phantoms will be taking over 1st and 10 now at the 43-yard line of the Maury Commodores. 2:01 to go here in the opening period. We're tied at 7-all here. Eastern Region semifinal play at Darling Stadium.
And Maury has got 8 men on the line of scrimmage. So if you break through that line of scrimmage, you're going to pick up 5 yards at a minimum.
That's just about what he did, too, as that was number 12. You talked about that earlier. That's Vincent.
I told you Vincent's going to get the ball.
You're going to let him play. He's in there in the tailback position. 5 yards on the first carry for him. He's got it again. 5 more yards as he's close to a first down inside the 35.
Looks like you're going to mark it at about the 34, and I think he had to get across the 34.
He had to get to the 33 in order. So he's a yard short, and they're doing a no huddle here. Handoff is to the fullback as he gets plenty of yards for the first down.
That's Colby Walker. He is putting in a lot of different people. Walker plays fullback along with Haroon Brown. And
He
right
picks
back and they're not even giving him a chance to set their defense.
1st and 10 for the Phantoms. There's a handoff to Vincent, who gets stopped in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss.
That was big number 51 that time coming in for the Maury Commodores at Steve Spence.
They were offensively going so fast we didn't even have time to show a replay. So they're now huddling up as it is now 2nd down and about 12 for the Phantoms at the 33-yard line.
The only problem with going with a no huddle is sometimes your offensive line does not pick up the keys that they're looking for.
Pitch out that was almost fumbled, but Vincent gets outside. Picks up a bunch of yards on that play.
How in the world did he be able to pick up that yardage after that? That was just a real poor pitch by Aaron Ward, but the great athletic ability of Vincent made that a go play.
Picked up about 9 yards on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and long 3 now for the Phantoms. That was a close call there.
We got Haroon Brown back in at fullback, and Vincent is still at tailback. And now we got stoppage of I think it's end of the quarter. Absolutely.
On a quick running quarter, we are at the end of the first quarter of play. The score is all tied up at 7 apiece.
And the second quarter brought to you again by Zooms, one of our corporate sponsors. They have the Citco Gas Krispy Kreme donuts. You can pick them up as a box in one. Hot prepared food. Zooms is proud to present the Eagle Award, which recognizes athletes who have exceeded in academics. Zooms all over the peninsula. And another corporate sponsor, Tonya Super Pet Center, located at Langley Square Shopping Center. Dog and cat supplies by the thousands. Tonya's main feature is their pet knowledge of the staff. And the Subway at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Dine in, drive up, or order the box and lunch for you, or party platter special for your next group meeting. Subway located 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Give them a call at 722-9513. Talk to Heath Patel. Go help and check out our corporate sponsors.
All right, we get ready to start the second quarter of play. The Phoebus Phantoms will have a 3rd down and 3 from the Maury Commodores' 24-yard line.
I don't look for the Phantoms. To me, this is 4 down territory. They're not going to punt the ball, and they're not going to attempt a field goal from this position. They're probably going with a quarterback keeper here.
Exactly what they did. Ward up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2.5 yards. I believe he's short of the first down, though.
Number 36 really gave him a rude awakening, and that's the nose guard, Gerald Fleming.
Will be about a yard shy of the first down. 4th and 1 now for the Phantoms.
I don't know if they'll go with the quarterback keeper again. It seems to me that they could probably pick up at least a yard, and that's probably just a little under a yard that they need, but we'll call it a full yard. But they got a lot of people on that line of scrimmage.
4th down and 1. Brent Vincent on the carry. He turns it up, gets free, goes down the right sideline. Out of bounds, down inside the 15, down to about the 13.
Well, the last thing I expected and the last thing that Coach Cotton expected was them to go wide right then, because they've had such good luck picking up short yardage, 4 or 5 yards going right up the gut. But Vincent did a great job of finding the seam, and he's just hard to bring down. He's an excellent athlete.
1st and 10 from the 13. We have a first quarter score from Todd Stadium. Hampton 7, Lake Taylor 7.
Sounds like it's a repeat of this game.
2 wideouts to the near side as they're set pretty close together over there. There goes Vincent up the right side, and he goes in for the score.
And that was a great fake, looking like the ball was going to go to Haroon Brown up the middle.
There is a flag down over on the sideline over there. And it looks like the Phantoms are going to get called for holding. That's going to come back.
And that's going to bring it back. But nice fake right there. And there's your...
I was looking to see where a hole was over there. Didn't see one. What's that, about 4 or 5 holds already in this game? Early in the second quarter, 7-7 is the score.
It's got to be at least 5 because there was 3 against the Commodores, and that's, I think, there's a second one against the Phantoms.
So that's going to push him back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's still first down with the ball resting at the 19-yard line. They've got to go all the way down close to what looks like the 3 to get a first down.
I think it's at the 4, but it's pretty close.
Hard to see because we can't see the line over there. There's a pitch back to, that's Mathis on the carry there. Looks like the Commodores had that one strung out pretty good. That was Mathis.
They did a good job of making the Phantoms run east and west rather than going north or south.
He's up getting nothing on the play. It's going to bring up a second down, or be a second down at 15 now for the Phantoms, as the ball still sits right at the 19-yard line.
Vincent comes back in now. If he's going to go to wide out, or is he going to go to safety? I mean, at the tailback, look like he's going to be one of the wide outs. He's going to split down to the bottom part of your screen.
Looks like Haroon Brown is the fullback, and Mathis is still the tailback here. Nice fake by Ward. Passes underthrown and looked like it may have been actually dropped.
We got a roughing the passer, knocked down Ward and knocked his helmet off, and there was a roughing the passer, and if I'm not mistaken, that's automatic first down. And Tim Ewing is shaking his head yes.
Hey, shut up! Shut up!
We'd like to see the replay of that one. The Maury coaches don't like to call, but
well,
okay, so we don't have a replay.
We won't see it because you can't see the hit after he's made the pass.
Personal foul. That's an automatic first down too.
Oh yeah, he did.
It looked like he went in with his elbow.
So that'll be first down from the 10-yard line, first and goal.
The first and goal from about the 9. 9:45 to go here in the second period of play. Still score tied all up at 7 apiece. There's the handoff right up the middle to Brown. I tell you, he was real lucky to be able to hold on to that ball.
They're grabbing for that ball, but I tell you, they are keeping a hold of that ball. They've been the Phantoms.
Watch, it was a bang play. Almost as soon as he got the ball, he was being hit and driving forward. I was real surprised the referees blew the whistle as early as they did, because he broke free over here to the right, to the left side again.
Well, I think he broke free after the whistle was blown, yeah.
Second goal from the 6 as he picks up about 3 on the play. Three running backs in there now. Up the middle, just shy. Is that Brown? That is Brown.
His knee hit just before he got in, so they're going to mark it at the 1. Watch this.
Well, if he hadn't lost a step, he would have gone in as he goes down right at the 2-yard line.
Somebody got a hand on his foot as he was going through there.
3rd down and goal at the 2-yard line. Brown is the fullback.
They call that the elephant formation.
And this is Ward on a keeper.
And he
I
got
believe
in there.
he's in, but we haven't seen a signal yet.
They're saying no, he didn't make it in.
If he didn't get in, it's going to be right at the goal line. 3rd down and goal.
Yeah,
With the ball sitting right at the line.
It is about the 1-inch line.
Got Brown, Mathis, and Keith Barnes set up behind Ward. Ward on a keeper. He's in.
He's
Touchdown.
They're not going to stop him that close. When you got an inch to go, all he needs is a little crease, and that's what he did.
Did you happen to see the way the Commodores had set up defensively? They had the entire team right in the box.
Well, watch him just make the move. He got hit, but he was in the end zone by the time he got hit.
So the Phantoms have taken the lead now. This is their first lead of the game, 13-7.
Well, they've had the ball twice, and they've scored twice. And that's exactly what I expect them to do with their offensive unit against this defense, which has allowed Minchville to get 21 points.
A lot of ball control. Phantoms haven't thrown the ball yet. All they've done is thrown. That's Fredericks with an extra point attempt. Low, but it's good. Phantoms out in front now. 7:40 to go here in the second period to play by a score of 14-7. That was a nice long drive. The Phantoms, a lot of running tonight. That's all they've done. And as successful as they are, until Maury comes up with a scheme to stop the running, they're going to keep on running the ball.
Well, sure, yeah.
Because all that does is eat up the clock and keep their offense off the field.
Absolutely.
Fredericks now will be setting up to kick off for the Phantoms. Back deep for Maury is number 3, D'Angelo Branch. That's their leading rusher. Also number 21, James Butts. Those are your two deep backs for the Commodores, getting set to receive the kickoff by the Phantoms. Cold, crisp night.
Definitely football weather.
Summertime weather is gone now. On drive kick taken by number 3. That's Branch at about the 13-yard line. He runs the ball right straight up to the middle and gets to about the 28-yard line before he's pulled down.
Tackled by number 5 and number 8 for the Phantoms. That's Chris Tucker, number 8. Number 5 being LeVar Whitaker.
We got a lot of jawing down there. It looks like one of the Phantoms player actually had his helmet off. Unsportsmanlike, and this one's going to go against Phoebus.
Leave your helmet on. Why you want to take your helmet off?
I think it got knocked off, to be honest with you. Coach Bill D is not a happy camper right now as some of the Phantoms coming off.
But you gotta control yourself out there. It's good to get all up, and excited, but you don't do it to the point that you're going to cost your team something.
I think if we show the replay of the kickoff at the point of the tackle, you'll see a little bit of extra pushing that was being done out there, and I think that's probably what
that's going to give them
cost them.
Great field position.
Just watch. It all happened after he was down, but there was a late hit there.
Oh, that was right there.
You see the push.
Well, he took his helmet. He grabbed his helmet off. But see, you did it second, so you got caught. You don't do that.
So the Maury Commodores have a 1st and 10 at their own 44 to start this drive. 7:40 to go in the second period of play. That's a handoff to number 3.
What a nice hit. Oh, that was number 15 for the Phantoms that made that hit, and that's Keith Barnes, and he's the one that they knocked his helmet off. Plays one of those linebackers.
I think that flag will probably kind of get the Phantoms really psyched up now, as they really went after the runner that time.
Picked up what it looks like just about a yard. But I noticed Maury is no longer in that spread formation with the in the shotgun formation. They're still spread out, but they're not in the shotgun formation.
And off the branch up the middle. Big yards out inside to the Phantoms territory, down to about inside the 48, it looks like.
Brown
Nice
and Barnes again on the stop.
He's going to be about a yard or two. It looks like 2 yards short of the first down.
And looked like number 11, Matt Wright, had a little bit of equipment problem there. Got it squared away.
3rd down and 2 for the Commodores. At the Phantoms 40, or inside the Phantoms 48-yard line.
We'll see what they're going to do. If they're going to, I think they're going to run. They're going to run an option. First time they've run the option, but it looks like he got the first down.
Good thing he didn't flip it out, because Branch was about 10 yards away from him, way out here on the sideline, and it almost looked like McCain was going to actually pitch it out to him, or Chancellor.
But I believe he picked up the first down.
Look at him. See how he was getting ready to push it out? Good thing he held on to the ball. Timeout now is called by the referee so they can do a measurement. The ball is sitting at the 46-yard line. It's real close to a first down. You want to take a guess?
Not me. That was Tim's job. I didn't guess. Well, there you go. Scotty's going to say if he
half
made
of the ball.
He made by half of the ball.
Let's see where it is. Good call.
The whole ball, Scotty.
Full length of the ball there, Scotty.
The whole ball, Scotty.
The whole ball of wax.
That's right.
1st and 10 for the Commodores.
Not half a ball, the whole ball. But I thought he made it by the spot anyway.
Our referee winds the clock up again as it is running with 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go here before halftime.
Well, I tell you, both of these teams have had a lot of penalties tonight. Back into shotgun.
There's a nice pass over the middle, and it's complete.
And that's a set timing route that they run, and number 5
out to
was
number
wide
5,
open.
It's McCain. That's his second reception of the night.
Game plays one of the split. They run 2 split ends, tight end and 2 split ends. I don't know how you can have a tight end and a split end, so one of them's got to be a flanker.
Either way, they had 2 wideouts to the top side of the screen, 2 wideouts to the near side. This time it's 1 up top,
number
2 to the
5
bottom.
is a flanker or a wideout.
They're set up in the I formation. Handoff is to the fullback up the middle.
And stopped again by Barnes. Barnes has been the defensive standout right now.
Looked like number 25, Oliver, who got the carry. Picks up about 5.
Right up the gut. Nice run that
second
time.
down and 5 now with the ball resting at the Phantoms' 23-yard line.
Got 2nd down and 5. And they give it to number 25 again, but he is wrapped up by number 7, Landon Givers. The young man got a player of the game last week for his defensive work.
That was Oliver again on the carry as he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Givers says, you ain't going nowhere.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Givers plays that defensive end on that right side.
Coach Cotton on the top of the screen up there giving the quarterback Chancellor the play. And
it looks like we got a timeout. Referees.
Commodores called their first timeout of the first half. 14-7, Phoebus. 4 minutes and 7 seconds to go here before halftime.
Well, the Commodores opened up their season with a win over Menchfield, 40-21. Then they beat Hickory 42-7. Beat IC Norcom 40-21. Lost to Lake Taylor on the 4th game of the season, 27-20. Beat Churchland 27-10. 48-0 over Wilson. 41-25 over Booker T. 40-0 There's nothing over Norview, 49-35 over Great Bridge, and 27-18 over Granby.
Like they're used to scoring 40 points a game.
They've
almost.
scored a lot of points. Their offense has been very, very good this year.
Their
as
offense,
we have iterated throughout this broadcast.
they've averaged 37 points a game. So far, the Phantoms have held them to 7. Phantoms still out in front by a score of 14-7. 4:07 to go here before halftime. Third down and right at 5 for the Commodores at the 23-yard line. Chancellor is in the shotgun now with McCain standing next to him. And again, it was a bad snap, and he fumbled it. And it looks like Chancellor is going to end up getting the first down anyhow as he gets down to the 15-yard line.
He ran out of a tackle that looked like somebody was going to get him in the backfield. And that was a golden opportunity that time for the Phantoms. But another bad, this time the snap wasn't so bad. But right there, I thought he was going to be stopped. But what a great athletic moves that he made.
Snap was a bit low, but that was still better looking than some of the other ones in the shotgun that he's had. That his balls actually, some of them have actually rolled back to him. 1st and 10 from the 15 now as the Commodores are threatening to try to tie this score up. Answer on the keeper. Down inside the 5, down near the goal line as he's pulled down at the 1.
He run that option real good. Nobody picked up the quarterback. They picked up the pitch man. And watch this on replay. Nobody picked up the quarterback right there. They let him make his cut up there, and he's carrying that ball out there. Very dangerous. Somebody could knock it off out of his hand, but they got a good chance to tie this ball game up right now.
That was Givers on the tackle for the Phantoms. That's 1st and goal now at the 1. Chancellor hands the ball off, and he's in for the score.
That was number 3 making the
That's Branch. That's
cut.
their gun and running back.
Angelo Branch.
Young man that has 23 touchdowns on the season, make that 24. And this is a guy that had almost 1,500 yards rushing on the year, so they do have a running game. Number 42 now is in for the extra point, and that's Hodges.
And it's blocked. It was blocked. And number 75 making the block for the Phantoms, and that's Maurice Hampton.
So the Phantoms block the extra point, and they hold on to the lead. 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go before halftime. Phoebus 14 and Maury 13.
Well, I tell you, that'll demoralize a team in a minute because you've just moved the ball down for 55 yards to get a score, and then you don't get your extra point, and you're still behind. So we got 3 minutes, so we got plenty of time for the Phantoms to score, but not a lot of time for them to just to eat up 5 yards at a whack. But this
might be a situation where we may see them throw the ball.
Well, they've got 3 timeouts. So, they've got plenty of timeouts to be able to stop the clock. I don't think you go into a mode where you feel you have to pass because something bad could happen. You could have an interception, and you don't want to do that at your end of the field. Although you will give up the ball in the second half, you will start the second half on defense, you being the Phantoms.
Corey Vincent, Brent Vincent.
Corey Vincent? No, it's Brent Vincent.
Number 4 is Corey Vincent.
No,
he's over there.
Corey, number 4? Oh, yeah.
You have 2 Vincents on the team. They're both on the field.
Yeah, he's a 6'3" senior.
Down here is number 2, and that's Denathan Robinson, also back deep for the Phantoms.
But you notice they're only at about the 20-yard line.
If you remember, the last couple of kicks have gone real short.
Been pooch kicks.
See how he ends up kicking this one off, and it's another pooch to the far side of the field. Oh, and he breaks free out to midfield inside the 45-yard line down to about the 43 for the Phantoms.
And that looks like it's number 20.
That Mathis 27?
Yeah, 27.
It sure is. Mathis ends up picking the ball up and taking off down the far side of the field when he broke free of that containment.
But, you know, that when you push a kick like that, you don't expect it to be to a running back who is an excellent runner to get the ball.
Well, just over 3 minutes to go here, and the Phantoms are back in business again. 1st and 10 at the Maury 43-yard line. That's a handoff.
Vincent, and I mean, I don't know how in the world he got where he got. Boy,
Well,
they're just not wrapping up. Number 8 making the stop. Number 8 being
Parker.
Prince Parker.
And he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd down and 10 for the Phantoms.
Hey, he should have been thrown for a loss of at least 5 yards. I don't know how he avoided getting tackled. Just being a great athlete. That's Vincent still in the backfield at tailback.
Nathan Robinson is split out wide to the top of the screen. That's Vincent on the carry as he stutter steps out of the way and picks up some pretty good yardage. Looks like he's going to pick up about 6 as he's down inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line.
And we still got 2 minutes to go in the first half, but there was no spot for him there where he was supposed to go, and you can just see what a good job he does making people miss. He doesn't give them a good, clean shot at him. And now we got a timeout.
Phoebus calls timeout. That's their first timeout. We have 2 remaining before the halftime. 2:01 to go.
Well, this is a good timeout because you're 3rd and 4, and you got to make sure everybody's on the same page. You want to pick up the first down. That'll stop the clock. You call a couple of plays in the huddle, and so that you can go on it with a quick count with a no huddle offense on the next series if you pick up the first down. What an exciting game this has turned out to be. Phantoms got knocked back on the heels in the opening kickoff with a pooch kick, and I'm not sure if that was an onside or just the pooch kick, and the guy just never got it.
I'll be honest with you, I missed the kick because I was looking down to see the number of one of the players, and they ran up and kicked the ball, and I guess we kind of called it an onside kick, but it was about as close to an onside kick as you can go because it only went about 12 or 13 yards before it was caught. That's a pitch back to Vincent. He breaks free down the right sideline, down inside the 30.
Picks up the first down and goes out of bounds.
That's right. He goes out of bounds and stops the clock with 1:55 to go.
Watch this. Just a nice job that time, and just a pitch. And nobody was going to pick up the quarterback. They should have got the pitch man and made Aaron Ward carry that ball. He had been in the center of the field and would not have got out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Coach Van Dyke laughing with the referee there. So out of bounds, 1st and 10, clock stop. Vincent back to throw down the right sideline. Is it intercepted?
Yeah.
It's intercepted by Maury in the end zone. He's running it down the left sideline, and he gets all the way out to the 40-yard line and is hammered out of bounds by one of the Phantoms.
And I do not understand him throwing that ball.
It was underthrown for one thing.
Well, not only underthrown, the man was completely covered, and that was just he was throwing it in the end zone. But he threw the ball way before the defensive man never took his eyes off the ball, had his eyes on the ball the whole time.
He intercepted the ball at about the 1 yard. Oh, and he got nailed. I thought it was a 25. Was that Walker that hit him?
Probably Colby. 52 was Scotty says is the one that got him. Yeah, I thought it was 25. That's Colby Walker.
21 was the one who intercepted it, and that was James Butts on the interception. 1st and 10 for Maury. Keeper by the quarterback, Chancellor, as he gets about 2 yards on the play. 4 minutes left over at Todd Stadium in the first half. Hampton 7, Lake Taylor 7.
Number 7 for the Phantoms making the stop at Landon Givers, defensive end. Watch it right here. He tries to go somewhere. I thought they'd put the ball up in the air with 1:20 and counting.
Well, they're spread out. They got 4 wideouts, 2 up top, 2 down here at the bottom. Single setback. Chance for back to throw. He's being pressured. Looks like he's going to be sacked, and down he goes.
Number 58 again for the Phantoms is Terry Lyles.
That's the Phantom's second sack of the game.
And his second sack.
As that is a loss of about 8 yards, back to the 31-yard line. Third down and 20 now? No, third down and 16. Third down and 16. Clock is still running down to 37 seconds. There's a pass over the middle. It's picked off by that Vincent.
Yeah.
Down the right sideline, down to the 20-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds by the Maury Commodores. So you give it up, you turn around, and you take it back.
Yeah, but you only got 22 seconds to go.
We'll see where he intercepted that. Bobby wants that for his stats. He intercepts it right at about the 48-yard line.
48-yard line.
Carries the ball back to the 20, so that's a 28-yard return by Vincent, where with 22 seconds, I believe, is on the clock. It's hard to tell. You got some lights out.
Yeah, it's 22. Tim Ewing hasn't replaced the lights yet, but we still got 2 timeouts.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Phantoms. 4 wideouts themselves now, as they have 2 on either side. And this is Vincent on a shovel pass, or gets out of bounds just shy of the 15-yard line.
How can he control the? He's running the clock. He went out of bounds. How could he not be? How could he run the clock?
Well, now we're going to have to.
I don't understand that call. That he ran out of bounds and he signaled for the clock to continue to run.
Well, it's down to 4 seconds to go.
What a bad call.
And let's see if we can see the replay now. The question is, he was running out of bounds. Did the referee say that his forward momentum stopped at a certain point?
Right here, he just runs out of bounds.
No, he physically ran out of bounds. The clock should have been stopped. He's standing on the sideline running it.
Hey, that official thinks he's in an NFL or somewhere. I don't understand. What a bad call.
Now they're standing there talking about it now, and you know, this is, I would say that at least 10 seconds went off the clock.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't look like they're going to add it back, so the Phantoms are going to have 4 seconds to go here.
And they got to go. Are they going to go for a field goal, or are they going to go for in the end zone? They're going to go for the pass in the end zone.
Got time for 1 play, and that's it.
And they might be watch the deep end, but I'll tell you who I'd watch, and that'd be Matt Wright, number 11.
Well, the Phantoms set up. There's a timeout now. It's called by Maury. The Phantoms set up with 3 wideouts to the far side of the field.
And Maury, I don't know, they didn't like the setup of what it was, but they called that's their final timeout, wasn't it?
I think they still have one. Each team has 1 timeout left, but there's a good 10 seconds that was taken off the clock by the referee who allowed it to keep running. I don't understand that at all.
Because the player was still going forward as he went out of bounds.
And it was the trailing referee that spotted the ball, and the worst part of it is, if you look at what he did, he ran to the sideline, put his foot on the sideline, spotted it, and then wound the clock.
Yeah, I don't. Just a bad call.
So that takes away at least a play or 2 that the Phantoms may have a chance to, or had a chance to get.
Phantoms again have 3-0, and there's only 2 defensive backs over there.
Well, I would say they have the advantage here if they can catch it. Over here, there's a pass over the middle to Matt Wright.
Who'd I call? What'd I say?
What a shot!
What'd I tell you?
And we've got a.
And Matt
like
is down.
Rat is he down?
Yes, that's Matt Wright.
Touchdown Phantoms.
But I tell you, I told you they're going to fake to everybody else and watch Matt Wright. Put that man in motion.
Let's look at the replay here and see how Matt got hurt.
They put a man in motion, and nobody picked up Matt. Right here, he just.
Boom. Oh, that one hurt.
He may have hit him on the elbow or the arm, But what a great call by Bill D and his coaching staff, and that's exactly what I said, the guy you need to watch out for. Watch its replay again as their coaches are attending
he got
right
hit
here.
right in the shoulder area, head on with a helmet. That was an excellent play by the defense to try to knock the ball loose, but Matt Wright held on to the ball and got the touchdown.
How he held on to that ball, I don't know, but
that was a helmet right to the midsection.
He could very well have injured an arm or a wrist, and that's what I was afraid of, that they could have happened. And if he is not in there to play that that tight end, the young man is the freshman Dominic Davenport. They changed his number. He is now number 82, and he will play that tight end for the Phantoms. But I know Bill D has to be concerned. This young man has played 4 years of defense for the Phantoms. He was a starter as a freshman. And
he
boy,
looks
that's
like he's
good
all
news.
right.
That's good news.
He's moving both his arms and his shoulders. He's walking off on his own power.
That
may
is
have
good news.
Knocked the air out of him.
Well,
Frederick's in now to attempt the extra point for the Phantoms.
Wow.
If there's ever a hit that'll knock it out of you, that would have been one of them.
Some hitting going on out there tonight. And these extra points are very important.
And it's good as the Phoebus Phantoms
go into halftime.
Take advantage of an interception with 4 seconds to go into play in the first half, scored a touchdown, and now lead at the half by a score of 21-13. Stay tuned for second half action. We'll be back shortly. Stadium. 21-13 is the score here at the halftime of the semifinals Eastern Region Division 5 regional semifinals game here at Darlin Stadium. Mike Hauser along with Bob Hintz, Bob Killen, and Brent Musgrove.
Phoebus had 28 yards rushing for 28 yards. 28 carries for 135 yards. I'll get it out right. Just give me a minute.
This is a key stat here for a team who has dominated offensively running the ball this year in Maury Commodores. 14 carries, a total of 17 yards.
I'll say, and Brent Vincent was leading rusher for the Phantoms with 9 carries for 47 yards.
Branch, who is the running back for the Maury Commodores, who had 1,500 yards rushing in the season, has been held to 12 yards rushing here in the first half.
Phoebus has passed the ball 3 times. Have completed 2 of them, had 1 interception and 1 touchdown, a 24-yard pass. Had 24 total yards. Matt Wright with a 20-yard touchdown pass.
That was an excellent play, too. Passing for the Maury Commodores, they were 4 of 6, had 1 interception, or 1 touchdown, and that was a 44-yard reception by McCain that gave them the early 7-0 lead.
Phantoms had 150 yards total offense.
And the Maury Commodores had 89 yards of total offense.
10 first downs for the Phantoms.
6 for Maury.
Phantoms had 1 fumble, lost it.
No fumbles or losses of fumbles for the Maury Commodores.
And 5 penalties for 35 yards for the Phantoms.
4 penalties for 45 yards for the Maury Commodores.
And Phoebus had the ball 13 minutes and 26 seconds.
Versus 10 minutes and 34 seconds for the Maury Commodores. I thought that would be a little bit wider spread than it was with Phoebus controlling it, but they didn't. Phantoms have kicked off the ball to the Maury Commodores as That is, tackle is made by the Phantoms at the 35-yard line. That's where the Maury Commodores will take over.
That was number 21 for the Commodores on the carryback, and that was James Butts.
He's the one that has carried most of the kickoffs back so far here in this game.
Well, let's see what kind of adjustments both of these teams have made. The Phantoms really got their defense going again. Young Mr. Lyles had 2 sacks, number 58 for the defense for the Phantoms.
Here's a handoff to Branch up the middle. Going to pick up a couple of yards out to near the 44-yard line.
Big number 58, Lyles on one of the tacklers that time, assisted by a couple other guys. But right there's no place for the runner to go, but he still picked up about
looks like
4
yards.
Yeah.
Second down and 6 at the 39-yard line is where they mark it.
They have 2 wideouts at the top of the screen and 1 down at the bottom.
Second and 8 for the Commodores from the 39-yard line.
Quarterback keeper.
Nope, he handed it off.
I thought he kept the ball. He faked me out.
That was handed off to number 25, and that's Oliver. He had a couple of carries in the first half. No gain back to the
Number
original line of
82
scrimmage.
for the Phantoms making the stop, and that's Dominic Davenport, their freshman that they're real high on. I don't see Matt Wright out there right now.
Third down
There
and
he
6.
is. He's there.
Third down and 6 coming for the Commodores.
This is a passing situation for the Commodores, but they're going to run it, keep it on the ground.
And not much there, maybe a yard at the most, as the quarterback Chancellor picks up about a yard to the 40-yard line. Looks like we're going to have our first punt of the night, well, our second punt of the night for.
That was number 32,
Maury.
Brown, in on one of the tacklers that time. But that's what you want to do if you're the Phantoms. You want to stop Maury right away, get the ball, drive the ball down, eat up a lot of clock, and score. If you're the Phantoms, that's what you want to do.
Snap, punt, he gets it off. Takes a Phoebus bounce and goes out of bounds, or is down right at the sideline by a Maury.
And that's the 42-yard line. Good field position for the Phantoms.
Phantoms will take over first and 10 at their own 42. 10 minutes exactly sitting on the clock right now here in the third quarter play. The Phantoms out in front of the Maury Commodores by a score of 21-3.
We have Brown and Mathis in the backfield. Well,
Phoebus did not punt in the first half, and
we got a penalty.
got a whole bunch of penalties.
Coaches are mad. We got illegal substitution on the Phantoms. Third quarter brought to you by corporate sponsor Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zoom supports the student athletes in the city of Hampton. Zoom's a great community leader. And by Tanya's Super Pet Center, located at Langley Square Shopping Center. Stop by the Reptile Apartment, see Big Ben, 17-foot Burmese python.
And off up the middle, I believe, to Brown. Maybe pick up a yard, and that's it.
And other corporate sponsor during the third quarter, Subway, located 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, where Heath Patel is there. Order your favorite combination on freshly baked bread, meat or vegetarian, from a 6-inch sub to a 6-footer. Sure to satisfy any appetite.
Second down and 14 now for the Phantoms. Ball resting at the 38-yard line. Back to pass, a little swing pass out here that was intended for number 12, Brent Vincent, but was knocked down by one of the linemen.
Number 9, I think, got his hand on it for the Commodores.
Yeah, good picture of who it was that actually got the, right there.
And it was a flanker screen that they were running to Vincent, and it brings up a third and long for the Phantoms.
About third down and 14 with the ball resting just outside of their own 38-yard line. 9:21 to go here in the third quarter. 21-13, Phantoms out in front.
Phantoms got to get clear to the 48.
Ward on a draw play. Nice block on the outside here. He's going to get all the way down to the 45.
And now we got
And we got that's another flag from our back judge that goes about another 15-yard throw in the air.
and that's good. It looks like it's going to be against the Phantoms. And it is holding against the Phantoms.
And it's amazing how that particular referee can see that flag, and he's standing back on about his own 35-yard line, and the flag's thrown all the way back to the Phantoms 43-yard line.
Well, I don't understand how he sees that either. I mean, that's a long way away, but
you've got
if
three
it's
referees
holding,
right here in front of the
call
play. You know, you got three referees standing right here in front of the play, and he's the one single referee is making that call from way back here. He is right now 27 yards away from the line of scrimmage.
He got great eyesight.
I'll say. 3rd down and 10 now for the Phantoms.
3rd and 10, I think it's 3rd and 20.
3rd and 20, I'm sorry.
It would be great if it was 3rd and 10.
Yep. In the shotgun is Ward, back to pass, and he's being flushed out, coming to the near side, and is hammered at the sideline, out of bounds.
I thought we may get a late hit, but not coming.
Hey, he got hit pretty hard right at the line. I believe it was number 6 that hit him. Tackle. Let's see who it was that hit him. Forced him out of bounds right at the sideline. It was number 6. Hit him right on the sideline. So that's going to be well short of the first down. It's a gain of about 5 yards. It's 4th down and 15.
That's Kenny Chambler making the hit, and this brings the first punt.
Ward back now to punt as 21 is Butch is back deep for Maury. Line drive hit right to him at the 30-yard line. Gets away from one tackle, breaks free up the middle and down the right sideline.
And he could go all the way.
And looks like Vincent is maybe the only one to get him. He cuts back across the middle of the field and is pulled down at his own 13-yard line. Great run back.
He got it at about the 30.
They got about a 57-yard return by Butch for the Maury Commodores. That's going to set them up right now at the Phantoms.
Well,
13-yard line.
Ward did what he was supposed to do, and there was a block in the back right there that they missed. You're supposed to let your defense get down there, punt coverage team, and they got down there, but it was a line drive and got a couple good blocks.
Ansler back to throw again, is being flushed out of the pocket. Tosses the ball up. It's up for grabs, and it was incomplete. That's number 6 down there, Kenny Chandler, thinking he might have got that off the rebound, but
he got it off the. When the ball bounces and you catch it, they don't consider that a completed catch, do they?
Not usually if it lands on the ground first. I mean, that was obvious.
Hey, look at here. I got it.
2nd down and 10 from the Phantoms 13.
And the referee said, good, give it to me.
I caught it. That was a nice grab off the bounce.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 10 now for the Commodores. Oh, nice. On it. He's going to go in to score, and that is
That's quarterback.
4. That's Cameron Chancellor as he goes in 13 yards for the touchdown.
He run that option. He faked it to that fullback. They hit the fullback, but nobody picked up the quarterback. Watch this.
Watch the lead runner get hit right at the line. They had the pitch-out man, Branch, cover too on the play, but they just didn't cover up the quarterback as he goes all the way in and scores.
It looks like, I don't know if they're going for 2 or not. I would imagine they're going for 2, although the coach is up here saying it's too early for us to do that now. So
I would think so, as early as it is. 21-19 is the score.
But they are going for 2.
Yep. They're sending 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen, one down here to the bottom. in the I formation. Quarterback keeper, and he fumbled the ball. Did he cut? He still ended up getting it after fumbling it in the end zone.
I tell you, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And the ball bounces your way. It just bounces your way. As
That ties the score.
8 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the third period of play. The Maury Commodores drive right down the field and scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. You see the ball being knocked out of his hands.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Can't really see who it is that recovered the ball, especially with the referee standing in the way, so not real sure who it was. Either way, the score now is all knotted up at 21 apiece. But we expected a wide open game, Bob, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Well, that touchdown was set up by that punt return on a great. Who was that to run that punt back?
That was number 21, Butts, James Butts.
Yeah, did a great job of running that punt back, giving them great field position, and then they took it in and then got the 2-point conversion.
Now this ought to be interesting because every time they've kicked the ball off, it's been a little pooch kick. I'm not surprised. I'm a little surprised that the Phantoms haven't brought this middle line on up a little further. In the kick, the ball is number 42, Hodges, for the Commodores. If we remember correctly, he's kicked the ball real short over here to our side of the field. And let's see if that's what he does. It's exactly what he did. Try to get that open spot, and it's free. And I believe number 11 came up with the ball. That is Harris on the recovery. The ball bounced right into a Phantoms player's arms, and when they met with each other at the ground, the ball popped back into the Commodores' hands. Question is if the Phantom player had possession of the ball when he was down, not him, he's coming up behind him right here. Too close of a call. That was an excellent play by the kicking team player.
Nobody had possession.
Oh, 1st and 10 for the Commodores after another recovery of a kick. Ball resting at the Phantoms' 36-yard line as Maury Commodores are in business again. Pass over the middle, complete to number 9.
Wide open as they're tied in.
Reap on the catch. That is a 6-foot, 195-pound wide receiver.
Good camera work right there. It's big number 8 that got the ball. That was Parker. I believe that was number 8.
Two wide outs to the far side of the field. They're in a I formation. Handoff is to the tailback. That's Branch, and he gets nothing. In fact, loses about 5 yards on the play.
That was number 82, Dominic Davenport, and Dante Boone on the stop.
Davenport's been on an awful lot of tackles tonight defensively for the Phantoms. 7:30 to go here in the third period. Scores tied 21-21. Second down and 15, ball resting at the Phantoms 20-yard line. Again, two wide outs to the top of the screen. That's number 6 in motion. That's back up again, and I thought the back left early, but no flag on the play. There's a pass down inside the 10-yard line. Nice catch, nice throw and catch that time by number 5, McCain.
They put it, spun it right at the 10-yard line.
So that's going to make it a 3rd down and 5. Nice play right here.
He made a nice rollout.
Actually, that ball should have been spotted at about the 9. 3rd down and 5 at the 10-yard line. And off is to the fullback up the middle.
And he touchdown.
Touchdown Maury as the fullback runs the ball right straight up the middle of the field for the score.
Well, I tell you, the Phantoms right now need to get back together. They got it. They've given the ball up too many times.
That's Brian Oliver, number 25, with the ball that runs in for the score.
You got a team, Mike, that is a great offensive team like the Commodores, and you give them the ball more times than you've got it.
Kick is
It
up.
really hurts.
And is good. So the Commodores have come back and scored 2 straight touchdowns here in the third quarter, and now lead the Phoebus Phantoms by a score of 28-21.
15 points they've scored in what? Whoa. With 5 minutes and 30-some seconds to go, they have scored twice. Both times they've got the ball.
Well, the Phoebus Phantoms are going to have to tighten up here a bit, and they're trailing again. You can hear the Maury coaches over here saying that the Phantoms are back on their heels, and that's
they are.
They pretty much what's happening right now. Says Maury gets set to kick off here. 42 now is the kicker for the Commodores. That's Hodges. So the turnover on the kickoff comes back to bite the Phantoms as Maury goes in to score. Place has really gotten quiet here after they came back with 4 seconds to go in the first half and took it in and scored on a quick slant play to take a 21-13 lead at the half. And Maury has come back strong here. Kickoff, and he gets free down the right sideline. That's
Nathan Robinson.
Nice run back by Robinson as he picks the ball up at about the 30.
Takes it back to the 39
of Maury. So nice run back there by Robinson as the Phantoms will take over 1st and 10 at the Maury 39-yard line.
About a 30-yard return, as we see right there. Robinson carrying it down and is knocked out of bounds at the 39.
Midway through the third period over at Todd, it's still tied up over there 7-7.
Well, what we need to do here is for the Phantoms is they need to don't get away from your game plan. Don't try to do anything silly. Just do what you've been doing all week.
That's Vincent on the handoff. Gets outside. That's almost 5 yards on the carry. And I think he's averaged about 5 yards every time he's touched the ball back here.
Well, he did a great job of making the first tackler miss him. Slid inside as you watch the replay. He went to the left side, and as he's running down here, and he'll slip right in there, make number 5 miss him.
He'll pick up about 5 on the play. 2nd down and 5.
That's McCain that was the would-be tackler.
A different view standing up, isn't it? 5:30 to go in the third period as the clock is running. Pitch out here to
Vincent again.
He gets outside the tackle spot there, and it looks like he's close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. He may be about a half a yard short.
I think he's going to be just short because they had marked it at the 39, and it looks like it's at the 29 and a half.
We have a player by Maury, number 30, that is still down.
Shook up a little bit. That's James Scott, their middle linebacker. We have a short time out here. Take care of the injured player.
Referee down there talking to some of the Phoebus players, like, you know, because I know that he was sitting here watching the Maury coach was pointing at him for something. There's
the Maury's coach is on from the other sideline.
Yeah. So now he's walking back. He was standing there next to the referee, pointing at one of the Phantoms player. Obviously, we don't know what that was about, but
watch the replay.
Pick up number 30 when he gets hurt. Right, he gets clipped down by his own player.
Yeah.
So that's tripped up by his own player.
And that happens a lot more than you think.
Looks like he's a problem with a leg. So
I heard that, Brent. So they're going to give him. Did they measure? Oh,
No,
they're going
they
to measure
didn't.
now. They're going to measure now.
5:20 to go here in the third period play. Maury 28, Phoebus 21. Eastern Region semifinal, Division 5. I think he's going to be about the length of the football, short of a first down. Not that much, but he is short.
That's that half of football that
Yeah,
Scotty
that's
was
one
looking
ton-
for in the first half.
Third down and call it 1, but it's only inches. And this is probably a play that Aaron Ward will probably keep it and go right up the middle, pick that first down up, or might just
Well, I mean, it's third down. Is that correct?
third down and less than 1.
They got still second over on the other side. They just haven't changed it yet. There they go.
Goes. Third and a foot.
I just look for Ward to just go right up the middle with it.
Well, they're leaving the middle wide open.
They don't
Let's see it. But they hand the ball off to Brown, and he's just bulling his way forward as he's still going down inside or near the 15.
Well,
What a run.
he never stopped running. He never stopped running.
He picks up 14 yards
On a one
on a
foot.
1 yard run. I mean, he was hit right at the line of scrimmage. Watch this. Right there. And then looked like he was just carrying the runners right with him. Hand off up the middle, pick up a couple of yards there for the Phantoms. That was Vincent, number 12.
Vincent on the carry.
Brent Vincent. Again, no huddle. This keeps Maury off balance a little bit. Doesn't let him make any changes defensively. Vincent on a pitch out down near the 10-yard line.
Tackled by number 36,
He's going to be pulled down just short of the 10.
John King, one of the outside backers for the Commodores. Picked up, looks like, what,
Couple
about
yards.
3 or 4 yards?
Third down.
I'm sorry, just a couple yards, yeah.
Third down and 6 now is the call. 4:16 left to go in the third period. 21 Phantoms down 28-21.
Got Colby Walker in there along with Vincent in the backfield.
Nice pitch out here to Vincent as he gets away from the tackle and he goes in to score.
Oh, what a nice run
Touchdown,
by
Phoebus.
Corey. I tell you,
What a
Vincent.
play by Ward on that pitch out.
What a job by Vincent. He's doing a lot of it on his own.
11 yards outside there after the pitch and fights his way in. Oh, and he fumbled it as he hit out of
Doesn't
bounds.
make
but
any
he
difference.
crossed.
As soon as the ball crossed
As soon as he hit the goal line, it was a touchdown.
All right, the fan, big extra point here.
27 now for the Phantoms, looking to tie it up here. Frederick's in now to kick the extra point. Snap looks good. Down, up, and it is
good. Tie game.
good. There you go. 28 all. What a game we've got here. We figured it'd be a lot of scoring.
Well, I tell you, the Phantoms were back on their heels a little bit after giving up that push kickoff that's 2 that they've lost, and the Commodores have scored on both of them.
Yep.
And it looked like they were, they scored 15 points in about 7 minutes. It gets you thinking to yourself.
Well, Bill D mentioned the fact that the Maury Commodores have the number 2 offense in the region right behind Lansdowne, and they've definitely showed it tonight. The defense, we talked about that in the beginning of the game. The defense was going to be the telling factor here, and right now they're pretty much even.
The Phantoms, I thought, were going to play a little tougher on defense, but they've given up some yardage that I didn't think they would tonight.
Most of it, I think, most of the big plays, though, I think, have come through the air, which they haven't really seen a whole lot of that.
The scores that they've made, they've had, they being the Commodores, they've had excellent field position.
Right.
And
nice punt return sets them right up for
and
it.
And then the 2 times they got the ball at about the 35-yard line of the Phantoms on that that little kick that they do.
Kick, line drive kick type up the middle there. I think he's kind of standing there waiting for the blocker.
Well, he waited until the Phantoms got to him.
He did. He gets the ball out to the 35, or near the 35, and I believe that's number 3, that is. That's Branch, their running back, who actually carried that ball.
And Daryl Dixon, number 21, making the initial hit that time. Watch the
Watch after he
replay.
picks it up and he stands there and waits for his block to get in front of him. Are you going to go?
You going to go, or you going to make me go by myself?
And he pretty much went by himself. The ball's resting at the 34. First and 10 for Maury.
He pretty much
went. I mean, I guess he got tired of waiting. He turned around and looked and he wasn't there, so started running.
I didn't know at first if he's going to hand the ball back or what he was going to do, but
here's Branch on the handoff, and he gets a hole. That's 15 yards. He's near 20 yards on the carry, out inside of Phantoms territory down to the 45-yard line. That's going to be a first and 10 for the Commodores.
D'Angelo Branch,
Nice
young
run.
man, has done a superb job. He is a senior. He's 190. He's 5'11".
That's a young man that had 1,484 yards rushing and 23 touchdowns on the season. A lot of yards.
Well, he found us. They made some adjustment at halftime, and they found an area over on that left side of the defense that they've had a good job of.
Pass is complete out here to number 8, and that's Parker. Looks like it's good for about 8 yards. It's going to bring up a second down and 2 for the Commodores.
Well, I tell you, this offense is just keeping the Phantoms guessing on what they're going to do next. They run the ball, pick up a lot of yardage. They pass, pick up 8 yards.
You know, just about every pass that Chancellor's thrown, too, has been right on target, with the exception of the ones when he got hit as he was throwing.
He's got a good release to the ball. They're real high on him. The coaches are very high on the young man.
Not real sure what grade he's in because
Senior.
Is he a senior? Our roster sheets here doesn't have. Oh, that was a late pitch, and boy, are they lucky. Phantoms had that one covered like a blanket.
That was number 30 for the Phantoms making that stop, and that's Dante Boone.
Commodores are very fortunate not to lose this ball. He was falling down and pitched it, and Branch was surrounded by 3 Phantoms out there. Big loss on the play. That's going to bring up third down and 9 with the ball resting at the Phantoms 44. See if they set it up spread wide out to the top and bottom. And
This is a passing formation with him in shotgun.
2 wide outs to the top of the screen, 1 down here to the bottom. Nice snap back to Chancellor. Goes back to throw. Throws a little screen pass out here, and I believe that's Branch.
And he got the first down. He fell across the 35-yard line.
That's not Branch. That is number 21, Butts. He's their main kickoff return player. He's a nice play, as it was a little short screen over here to the right side of the field.
That was a big play for them because they had third and long.
First and 10 now at the 34-yard line for the Commodores, as now the Maury Commodores are driving.
There was no pressure on the quarterback that time, and he had plenty of time to find an open receiver.
Chancellor back to throw over the middle of the field to a wide open number 5 touchdown, and that is McCain.
He came
Touchdown,
all the
Maury.
way across from the other side of the field, did McCain, and caught the pass. What a nice pass that time, right on the money.
See,
Right on
McCain
the money.
sets up at the top of the screen.
He just shot across there and outran the defender.
So the Maury Commodores come back again and score their 3rd touchdown of the 3rd quarter. Extra point attempt is up,
Blocked again.
and it was blocked. No good.
And that's number 21 for the Phantoms making the block. 21 is Darnell Dixon.
34-28 now. 1:21 to go in the 3rd quarter, as the Maury Commodores have their third score of the quarter to take the lead back, as it seems like it's teeter-tottering back and forth. But that may be a key play right there.
The last time they got a point after block, they came back after they scored a touchdown and went for two, fumbled the ball and got it back and got there too. So, if they score again, they're going to go for two.
Got a lot of points scored in this quarter.
A lot of points scored in this game.
34-28.
I tell you, this is
in the second half for Chancellor, he's 5 of 6 for 83 yards in the air.
And we talked earlier that they average 40 points a game, so they're
well on
one
their way
touchdown
to that.
away from it. And I would bring my people up to the 30-yard line.
You would think that we'd get some players up here, because this is where he kicks it. So far tonight, every one of them have gone to the same spot.
He kicks one on the right side and one to the left side.
This is a pooch right down the middle of the field, taken out about the 28-yard line. Nice run back. That's number 2 as he breaks free. That's Robinson.
The Nathan Robinson again.
And he carries the ball all the way down to the Maury 39-yard line. That's where the Phantoms will take over. 1st and 10, 1:12 to go here in the third period of play. Maury Commodores 34-28 lead this game. It's a nice little run here.
He ran through 2 tackles, and then 42 finally runs him out of bounds, and that's your kicker.
Kicker runs him out of bounds. Hodges on the tackle.
And it is Zach. They call him Zach Hodges, even though it's spelled Z-E-K, it's pronounced Zach.
1st and 10 for the Phantoms at the Maury 39-yard line, as they now try to battle back to tie the score. Trailing by 6 here. Vincent on a handoff up the middle to Brown, right down the gut.
Right down
all
the gut.
All the way in, touchdown, Phoebus. Arun Brown all the way into the touch for the score, 39 yards.
Well, you do it in one
Bang,
play,
bang.
boom. And now we're an extra point away from the lead again, the Phantoms. Both of these teams are giving up a lot of points.
Looks like he broke 2 tackles on his way in there. He gets hit right there. That's the only one. As the defense on Maury left the middle of the field wide open.
Well, they have 8 people up on the line of scrimmage, and once you get by those initial people,
that's all you wrote.
Katie barred the door.
Extra point attempt is up.
And good. And the Phantoms retake the lead.
Are out in front with 1:04 to go here in the third quarter of play. Phoebus 35 and Maury 34. Man, what a game this has been.
If you're just a football fan,
love it.
You got to love the offense.
You love a lot of scoring.
You got to love it if you love offense, because there's been a lot of offense in this ball game tonight.
Be real interesting to find out how many yards rushing Phoebus has so far in the game.
Well, one of our statisticians will get that. Mr. Kellen will get that to you. I tell you, we've got some people we're looking for in player of the game. Lyles for defense, Colby Walker on defense, Brown on defense, Hampton on defense, Robinson on offense, Matt Wright on offense, Brown on offense, Ward on offense, Vincent on offense, Mathis. We got a lot of people that we're talking about. Yep. We will check a player of the game.
That's who I think offense.
Well, I don't.
Well, he's been tough.
He has that. We will pick a player of the game from. In fact, we'll pick an offensive, defensive player, and they will receive a shirt. The shirt comes from Tidewater Team Sports. They're located at 11839B Cannon Boulevard in the Oyster Point section of Newport News. Your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniform, and apparel. Call 594-0411. Talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara.
Kickoff to the Maury Commodores. I believe he took the ball right at about the 20-yard line. Give him 15, and there goes another flag.
And it's going to be against the Phantoms.
And you come back hard and score and tie the game, and then take the lead on the extra point, and then can't make silly plays.
Well, you give the ball's on the 35, and now all of a sudden they got it at the 50.
That happened once earlier today, too, in the second period where Maury took a penalty, 15-yard penalty, and got the ball all the way up near midfield. I mean, it's kind of hard to stop, defensively to stop an offensive team that's as potent as Maury is when they're only playing on half of the field.
Well, right now the Phantoms have got to get their defense in gear and put some pressure on the quarterback, because if he's got time to sit back there and look for a receiver, he will find an open receiver. He has done it all second half.
The Chancellor under center now for Maury. That's a handoff to the tailback. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, might pick up maybe a yard. That was Branch on the carry.
That was number 33, Jonathan King, and 11, Matt Wright on the stop.
Watch him get hit just as he passes the line.
Right there,
Boom.
both of those two young men hit him. Dante, the outside linebacker, and Matt Wright, the inside linebacker, and they combined to let him pick up, we'll give him a yard, but that's a short yard.
2nd and 9 as we have 20 seconds to go here in the third period on a running clock. They got the spread offense out now, 4 wideouts. Keeper by the quarterback up the middle, design play as he picks up 2 yards, and that's it.
Good job that time by Matt Wright again. Matt Wright just having an outstanding game.
And that's going to just about do it here in the third quarter as the clock runs out.
Watch the replay.
So we're at the end of the third quarter of play. Phoebus 35, the Maury Commodores 34.
We talk about our corporate sponsors in this fourth quarter. It is brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, located at Hampton Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue. For information, give them a call at 827-4670, where Nancy Staten is the manager, and Eric Thompson, realtor with William E. Wood. Eric is a Hampton City School alumni, past state champion in wrestling. Eric will help you sell your home or help you find that perfect new home. Give him a call at 881-2004. And we're proud to have Zooms again as our corporate sponsor, along with David Allen. They support the student athletes in the city of Hampton. And the Subway at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, where they have subs, wraps, cookies, salads, and more. The bread is always freshly baked. Stop in, say hello to Keith Patel, and try something good. And, of course, Tanya Super Pet Center, where they've got all kinds of stuff. They've got a professional on-site pet grooming by Jamie. They got cat and dog supplies by the thousands. Stop by and see them at Langley Square.
Here we go. 3rd down and 7 now for the Commodores. Chancellor pressured out of the backfield. Gets the pass off, but it's incomplete as it hits the ground before the catch.
But I tell you, he got a lot of pressure that time, and one of them bringing pressure is number 7, Giverns.
Got the ball off, but the pressure stopped him from putting anything on the pass.
And that brings up a punting situation, doesn't it?
And it
not?
was. A good call by the referee. It landed on the ground. 4th down now. Hampton up 14-7. Late in the third over Todd. 11:54 to go here at Darling Stadium. Phoebus out in front by a score of 35-34 over the Maury Commodores.
Phoebus has come close to blocking a punt. The center has centered the ball real high, but this is a short. It's a fake.
That's not going to work.
He's not going to get it.
Well played by the defense that time, as the fake punt actually ended up losing a yard on the play.
That was number 5 that got the snap, and we've got an injured Phantom down on the floor.
That just happened to be
on the field.
That happened to be the player that was in on the tackle too, by the way.
Yeah, number 30 was also in on the tackle for the Phantoms. That's Dante Brown, and I'm not sure who that is that's down there.
Oh, nice hit. Well,
that may be Vincent.
That might be Vincent. It is.
Yes, Grant Vincent, number 12.
Second time he's been
shaking
down.
up a little bit. He's up, but he'll have to come off.
Either way, the Phantoms take over. Great field position now. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
We'll see what the Phantoms can do now. They've got great field position. They got a little bit of momentum on their side. Their defense did a great job of stopping the potent offense of the Maury Commodores, and Maury again with 8 men up on the line of scrimmage. And now we have a timeout or a stoppage of the clock.
Timeout, Maury.
Maury is calling a timeout. They want to talk over some things. 11:45 to go. Wow, what a game this has been. What a game this has been.
I'll tell you what, if this keeps up and the Phantoms can come out.
There's a good shot of Ross Carney. You see him in the center with the Santa Claus beard. Well, not quite as big as, but he's a former teacher over at Phoebus High School and supports the Phoebus Phantoms and all the Hampton City schools when he gets a chance to go to the ball game. As being a mayor, his loyalty lies with all the Hampton schools. That's the way
That's politically correct.
Politician. Got to be politically correct. As we get ready to start
11:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Phantoms have a 1-point lead, 35-34. First and 10 at their own 49. There's an offside, and no flag got called. To me, that was obvious that he broke the plane on that. Even the coaching staff down here at Phoebus was wanting to know why that wasn't called. Handoff goes up the middle of the field.
That looks like Haroon Brown again. Haroon Brown all the way down to the 45.
Gain of 5 on the play, a little bit more than 5.
How that official could not see that player broke the line of scrimmage, I'll never know.
I mean, we're standing right in line with it.
Well, that's the same official that wound the clock when the guy went out of bounds.
Here's a replay of it. Now, tell me he ain't standing there. All he's got to do is come close to touching that line where the ball is.
But they are not allowed to get in it.
I was looking at him, and he was sitting here shaking his head no to the Phoebus coaching staff. So
you can't get in the neutral zone.
There's a handoff to
Benson,
Benson again, as he's going to look like he's going to pick up about a yard.
That's all he picked up. He was doing a lot of dancing, but he was doing it.
Is Mathis hurt? We haven't seen much of Mathis here in the second half.
No, I don't think he's hurt. I just think they think that Vincent can give him a little more a chance to break it open a little bit better. I don't think it's anything that Mathis has done or nothing. It's just what they thought
third down
Vincent could bring to the table.
3rd and 4 now at the 44. There's a handoff up the middle to Brown. He breaks it free, and he's all the way down to the 26-yard line where the Phantoms will get a 1st and 10.
And that was number 5 for the Maury Commodores making a stop, and that's McCain.
He breaks free outside.
That's just a little cross, Buck.
And all he did was follow his wide receiver. That was number 8, Chris Tucker, on the play. Do a little bit of a block there for him. Hand off up the middle. Not much there. He gets about a yard to the 25.
Number 51 did a great job of submarining underneath the blocker that time. 51 is Steve Spence. Picked up maybe a yard.
2nd down and 9 for the Phantoms. Nathan Robinson is wide out to the top of the screen, and that's Matt Wright is the slot back there. Keeper by Ward as he's inside the 20, down close to the 18.
He got tripped up, so he's still a couple yards short of the 1st down.
Bring up a 3rd down and about 2 or 3.
Watch the replay here. He faked the pitch, outran one tackler, and then actually I think he may have even tripped over his own player.
117 yards rushing so far in the game for Brown. 12 carries. So Brown's had a spectacular night so far. 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 2. Keeper by the quarterback, Ward.
Ward picked up the 1st down. I mean, that was just like a scrum.
He just bullying his way forward.
He got on behind his big lineman on that right-hand side.
Good for the first down.
And the way he went, that was number 77, the center, and big number 75. He got right behind Maurice Hampton.
1st and 10 from about the 11. And off to
That's Vincent again.
Vincent.
Looks like he's down about the 5 or 6.
There's Vincent. Gets down to the 6, 5-yard gain. Second
Watch
down
the
and a
replay.
short 5. What a view that was.
That's good sideline camera that worked that time. That's a play that was designed to go up inside, but there was nothing there, so he just popped it outside.
Second down and 4. Handoff up the middle.
That's Brown carrying the ball. He was tackled. Nice tackle that time by.
And he's close to a
number
first
8.
down. They may have to measure here. He's close to a first down.
Well, they're not going to. They're
Not
saying
going to give it to him. It's third down and short. 7:45 to go on a running clock here in the fourth period. Phantoms have a 1-point lead. 3rd and 1. That's Aaron Ward.
He got the touchdown.
For the touchdown. Touchdown Phantoms. 7:34 to go here in the fourth period of play as the Phantoms just scored again and now extend the lead to 41 to 34.
Watch the replay. And just a quarterback keeper.
Just wait for his blocker.
That time he went over to the left side. He'd been going over the right side, went over the left side that time, and same results.
Lamont Fredericks in for the extra point attempt. 41 to 34 right now. Kicks up and good.
42.
42 to 34 now as the Phantoms have opened up an 8-point lead. And there goes a flag being thrown on the field. Unsportsmanlike call against Maury. That's an untimely penalty right there for them.
Oh, that I saw him point. Yeah, he did. He pointed to the Maury end of the field. So that means the Phantoms will be kicking off.
15 yards. It'll be kicking off from the Maury 45.
Wow.
Award on the 4-yard score.
We got to keep our stat guys up to date here so they can keep us up to date.
Yeah, we got to. If when we need some information from him, we got to give it to him first, right? So he can tabulate it.
Absolutely, we can't tabulate. Dylan,
Yeah, but all you got to do is ask the man sitting next to you. He'll help you out, right?
well, he's just doing Maury, so I don't know that he will. So you're right. They're going to kick from the 45.
Now,
This wouldn't be a bad place for an onside kick.
well, either that or just I think he ought to just try to kick the ball in the end zone, because if the ball hits the end zone, it's a dead ball. They can't run it out.
Of the end zone. That's
So
true.
the worst case scenario at this point. Or kick a squibber right up the middle like he did on the last one, and he ended up only getting about 10 yards on a return. We'll have to wait and see what he does.
I don't know if they've worked on the onside kick much this year, the Phantoms. So I would, I'm with
says
you. I would kick in the end zone. I think that's the smart
Brent
thing
says
to
kick
do.
it straight up in the air. Let's see what he does. He kicks it in the end zone.
Yeah, they're just
So
no run back that way.
that makes it kind of safe on the defense of the kicking team.
Hey, you can't return
run
it. You can't return it if it's in and out of the end zone.
Right, that's correct. Brent tells us that's the worst field position Maury has had tonight.
The worst.
Starting at their own 20.
Well, I believe that. And that means they got 80 yards to go. They got 7.5 minutes.
And even if they do score, they got to go for 2 to tie it. So
Well, and see, the key here is the Phantoms can stop them and then just grind it out.
1st and 10, Maury at their own 20.
Let's see what the defense can step up for the Phantoms.
They're spread out wide again. 4 wideouts. Blitz right up the middle of the field. The pass is underthrown.
Well, he was getting a lot of pressure, the quarterback, Chancellor.
And that player coming in hard there was Keith Barnes.
That number 15.
Right straight up the middle.
I tell you, I don't know where to go for the players of the game, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, we'll just wait and see how it turns out.
Yeah, this is we got
Second down and 10 at the 20.
a lot of time yet.
7:30 to go. Oh, pass over the middle, and he was wide open. He still completed the pass.
And got the first down. And, boy, he got a great spot because he didn't make it to the 35, but that's where he gave him the spot.
That completed pass was to number 6, who is Kenny Galmer. Number 6.
Got all kinds of yeah, he did. You got right at the 35.
Right at the 35.
Good spot.
1st and 10 on the 15-yard pass play. And he hit the other person that was coming across. The initial player right here coming across this side was open, and there's the same play. Again, I believe that's number 5 this time. That's McCain, and he's all the way down
to the 45.
To the Phantoms 45. That's a 20-yard pass.
And that was no pressure on the quarterback.
Tell you what, it's a good thing he threw it when he did, because a split second later than that, and it very well could have been an interception.
That's what you want the Phantoms. They're going to have to try to intercept, but they're playing the real loose on these.
There's a blitz up the middle, and Branch had to just fall on the ball.
Great call, though. Phantoms are looking pass, and you're running a sweep, a pitch.
I believe that was Matt Wright on the middle, came up the middle there. Here it is right here. That's who it was.
Matt
Wright kind of forced the issue there as he blitzed right through the middle.
That was just not a good pitch by the quarterback.
2nd down and 13 now. Maury. There's a pass out here tonight to a wide open number 6.
Wide open, nobody on him.
Chalmer again, as he's close to the 35. He's short of the first down by 3 yards.
But they're just giving him too much space out there.
Here's a replay.
By the time he catches the ball, the Phantom is still 5 yards away from him.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3. You hear that?
It's a short 3 or a long 2.
You hear what he said?
What?
Half of the district is in the finals.
Oh,
Crabbers won 14-7. Now all we got to do is get the other half in. Over the middle again and wide open. That's again number 6.
7 that time, wasn't it?
Number 8.
8, okay. We're both wrong.
Yeah, that's Parker. It's hard to see between 6 and 7.
Between 6 and 7. No, it's one
between
more.
6 and 8. I'm sorry. Between 6 and 8, because if you look at number 6, his back of his jersey's dirty enough where it almost combines it to make it an 8. 1st and 10 now for the Commodores at the Phantoms.
And the clock is running. 5 minutes to go.
28-yard line. Keeper this time by Chambliss. Chancellor as he gets all the way inside the 15.
He just spun out of a tackle, but that puts him real close. And this is a great drive. This is started at the 20-yard line.
Let's see if he did fumble the ball, or did he lose it after he hit the ground? Look at he's trying to pull it out of his arms right there. Ooh.
Look like number 8.
Hey, what defensively, they tried to make a pretty good play there. Timeout, I believe, has been called, and it has.
And it's the Phantoms.
A lot of Phantoms. They're up 42-34. We have 4 minutes and 34 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
Oh,
Maury is driving.
You keep talking.
You got to sit there and you got to sit down now for a while, huh?
No, I got to do some stuff here.
Wide open ball game so far tonight. Waiting to get some preliminary stats out of our guys. I mean, we have to prod it out of them. Yeah, Bobby's sitting here saying we talk too much, because even if he gave us the stats, we wouldn't be able to get it out.
Well, we probably wouldn't, but nobody talks as much as Kellen, so I don't know why he would jump on us like that.
Benson has 16 carries for 77 yards. 13 carries for 120 yards is Brown. 9 for 12 passing in the second half is the Maury quarterback, Chancellor. There's a handoff up the middle. He breaks a tackle, gets inside the 10 down to about the 7-yard line, maybe the 8-yard line. We had to wait and see where they mark it. It's at the 8. Gain of about 7 on the play. Second down and 3. Clock moving at 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the fourth period. Second and 3 now for the Commodores. Pitch out to Branch,
nice.
or a handoff to Branch, as he is stopped with no gain. Gotcha.
Watch the replay here. Looked like he was going to pick up some yardage, and then boom, right there, number 15. Was that off?
That was Keith Barnes.
Was that apropos or not?
Yeah.
Right?
Barnes has played a whale of a game tonight. 3:35 to go on a running clock. It is third down and 3 for the Maury Commodores. They have to score to keep the game close. Oh, and he got hammered after he got it pitched. He's inside the 5.
But you'll give him the
That's going to
first
end up
down.
being a first and goal at about the 4.
And the quarterback really got smacked.
Well, he got hit hard as he was letting it go, and they had to help him up.
This, you got to take your hat off to the Maury Commodores. They're on by 8. They got to go 80 yards and get the first down, to score. And they've already taken it down 70.
70 plus, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They're inside the.
About 70.
See, when they started
about
at the
76
20, so
yards.
that's 77 yards they've moved the ball. Because first and goal at the 3. Their ball is inside the 4-yard line. Tell you what,
you want your defense to step up big here.
Quarterback Chancellor got hammered on that pitch that last time. There's a handoff to Barnes. He's pretty well bottled up right at about the line of scrimmage by a host of Phantoms.
Led by Givers and Barnes, both
Also
of the
about-
defenses.
Looks like he lost about a half a yard there, Bob.
Yeah, he did. He lost a little bit.
So it's still second and goal. Ball
And
resting at the 4.
Clock is running.
2:30 to go as we wind down the clock.
And
Notice we haven't had a penalty tonight called for delay of game either.
no,
Both of these teams have been wide open. There's a handoff to Branch. He's trying to fight his way forward. He's short of the goal line, but I believe he's down close to the 1.
they're going to spot it at the just at the 1.
So that's going to bring a third and goal from the 1. Get the referee out of the way so we can spot it here, and that's exactly where it's sitting, right at the 1.
1 yard line.
So this is definitely 4-down territory as we're at 1:37 to go, and the clock is running.
We have seen the Phantoms down here before and have held people out of the end zone, but not a team that scored as many points as this team
That's a
has.
keeper by Chancellor, and we got to wait and see where they mark him.
And they said, no, he didn't.
He's in,
He gave it
touchdown.
to him. He gave it to him.
They had to wait for the line referee to go all the way out to where the play was to see whether or not he scored.
Well, I didn't think he got in, but I can't see that down the line. We don't have a camera going.
Yeah, this ought to be a perfect shot at it.
Well, yeah, it's just a quarterback keeper, but you can't tell. Nice job of 51 going through there, but
There he is right there.
yeah, well,
But
I don't think
you
the
can't
ball
tell whether the
got
ball
in.
But the Maury Commodores have scored to draw to within 2. 1:17 to go in the game. 42-40, Phantoms out in front. How long has it been since we've been to a football game that we've had 80 points scored between the two teams? I'm saying, and they both scored 40,
I don't know.
We've seen games where, combined score being 80 points, but usually it's a whole lot more lopsided than this.
Well, I haven't seen many 80-point games.
Timeout is now called by Maury, which I think is a pretty smart move to call timeout here so they can make sure that they talk about this and get off the play that they want.
Well, everybody's got to be on the same page. Have you given the player of the games to the so anytime you want to pop them up there, Scotty, we got an offensive and defensive player of the game for the Phantoms.
And both of the two that we picked here are very deserving of it, too.
There's a lot of players that could have gotten it tonight.
Minute 17 to go. 42-40. Phantoms out in front.
Here we go. Our players of the game. Brent Vincent on offense and Keith Barnes on defense. What a great job. It was hard not to pick Haroon Brown. He had over 100 yards rushing tonight. 120.
120 yards rushing. What do he have, 17 carries? One of the keys to this game was the ability of Brent Vincent to be able to get 5 yards out of whack every time he touched the ball. And now the Phantoms, I believe, are going to call a timeout.
Good. They're going to see.
Let's hold it back here a minute.
Now, we're going to try to ice them a little bit there. We saw what kind of offensive set they came out with. We're going to call timeout and say, okay, now this is what we want to do. They were all ready. They didn't have to think about it, just go up and execute. Now they got to think about what it is they're going to do. So the Phantoms got to come up with a way to stop them. If they can stop them, then they're going to onside kick it with a minute and 17 because they got to get the ball back.
Well, this could be the game. This could be the play. Obviously, a 2-point conversion is needed in order to make this a tied game.
Well, one of the things I talked about at the beginning of the game is special teams, and especially the kicking game, that I felt was a plus for the Phantoms, and they have made all their extra points. Is that correct?
Yes, they did. They made them all.
They have made them all, and the Commodores have missed two, had two of them blocked.
Well, we got to give Maury credit. They've gone 80 yards to score and a chance to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. And he's trying to draw the defense off. And I tell you what he was doing right there,
he was moving.
Should have been a flag on him. That should have been a flag on the offense because the quarterback was under the center and making forward moves, trying to get the defense to draw off. And how great was that of the defensive play not to get drawn off in that position?
That's called discipline. You discipline your players not to move.
Well, watch the quarterback. See, that is intentionally trying to draw the players off by moving the body.
Yeah, I don't know how they can do that.
I would like to see what our referee guru in the district would give us an explanation of that particular call.
Well,
He's been very
he
good. He's been very good about some of those in the past.
But that's a play that you gotta wonder why it's not called. These officials tonight
I haven't figured out why that the out of bounds play over here
impressed me at all.
They got
I'm glad they're over in the Southeastern Conference.
The Phantoms did end up scoring, but they only left them with 4 seconds on the clock to score at that particular junction. Here we go. Hand off up the middle.
And he got in.
Good.
He got in. We will probably go to overtime.
And that was number 25. That was Oliver on the carry, straight up the middle.
Went over.
Right over the left tackle.
Went over the left side of that offensive unit. Did a great job.
Need to regroup here and come on off the field and get things going here.
Well, they scored once before with 4 seconds ago. We got a minute 17. They've got one timeout left. Tie game, 42-42.
Been a while since we've seen an overtime here. Nice play by number 25 there. That's Oliver on the carry.
Well, I thought the defense should have stopped that one. They have stopped that in the past.
I think they expected that one to go outside.
Yeah, I do too. But nice call by the Commodores. I think the coaching staff over there has just done a great job of calling this offensive game plan tonight, and their defense have not done that bad. They've gotten the ball twice that they shouldn't have gotten it on 2 kickoffs, that they ended up getting the ball and scoring, and that really put the Phantoms in the hole both times they did that.
This is critical here. Just think about it. Every kickoff that they've made, with the exception of the one that they happen to get back, have been real short and have given the Phantoms excellent field position. Are they willing to try that again here?
Well, I don't know if this young man can kick the ball very far. They've been very successful with the short kickoff that they've been doing, so I don't look for him to change.
Kick this one off, and that's exactly what he did. Squibber up the middle all the way down to the 15-yard line. Nice run back outside the 30 to the 32 by the Phantoms, and the Phantoms will take over 1st and 10.
With a minute 12.
And I believe that was Ward on the carry, number 3. So Ward and company offensively will come out now and try to drive down the field to win this game. A minute 12 to go, all knotted up here at Darling Stadium, 42-42. We expected some offense, folks, but not this much.
I tell you, I just had no idea that many points would be scored tonight. Phantoms have not given up, but very few points all year long.
They only average a little over 3 points given up per game all season.
And Maury has scored 40 points in all season.
Here's a reverse that didn't go anywhere, and that was to Vincent.
And they're going to keep the clock running.
His forward progress was stopped, so that's probably a good call there. 55 seconds to go. You'll see him get hit well before the sideline, and he just gets carried out. So that's good call. His forward progress got stopped. 2nd down after a loss of 2 on the play. 42 seconds now. The clock is still running.
Well, and the Phantoms act like they don't know what's going on.
Keeper up the middle. And
I think they're going.
Are they playing for overtime?
I think that's exactly what they're doing. The Phantoms feel like they can score and get the extra point and stop.
From the 25.
Huh?
From the 25. That's where they'll start.
No, they'll start at the 10-yard line. This isn't college.
That's right. I'm sorry.
You got to get the right game
that's
here.
That's right. From the 10. Now there's 5 seconds left, so they won't get another playoff.
Well, I think that's just what they're not going to try to do anything.
There it is.
And we will go to overtime. In overtime, they'll have a brief timeout, and then they'll call the captains in the center of the field. They'll flip a coin, and whoever gets the call can either take the ball or go on defense first. The other team chooses which end of the field they want to go at. The ball is placed on the 10-yard line, and they got 4 downs. After their 4 downs, whether they score a field goal, a touchdown, or whatever, then the other team gets it the same place at the 10-yard line, and they get to go.
Unless there is a turnover, and then their 4 downs ends at that point.
Absolutely. And then if it's still tied after that, then they go to a second overtime and repeat the process, and they'll keep repeating the process until there is a winner.
Now, the question is, after they have scored, after they've had two overtimes, are they required in Virginia High School League to go for 2 after a score?
I don't think so. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, this is the first overtime game that we've seen here in a few years.
That's the first time overtime in a long time, and I've been doing this for 26 years. We have not had that many overtime games during that 26 years, and it's always been in the past that if you win the toss, you want to be on defense first because you want to know what you have to do to win the game. If the other team does not score, then a field goal will. If you got a good field goal kicker, you could just kick the field goal. If the other team has scored a touchdown and the next point, then you know you have to do that.
It looks like Phoebus may have won the toss. That's Donathan Robinson, the captain for.
And they're going to play down at this end.
At the east end. And I believe the Phantoms.
We'll see what
I'm surprised they didn't tell us.
Well, we're going to play down at the right end.
And it looks like Phoebus will be on defense first.
And then this is the exact spot that the Commodores just scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They have done two two-point conversions tonight, which is very unusual in high school, even in college, to score one a game, let alone two. But they needed to do it to.
Well, it was funny because when they did the first one, when they did it the first time in the first half, if you remember, or actually it was right at the third quarter when they scored the two-point conversion to tie the game up. We talked about. We heard the coaches over here saying, no, don't worry about doing it because it's too early in the contest to do that. It's a good thing they did.
Yeah, really is. Because had they not gone for two then, they'd have been a point behind.
They would have had to score twice instead of the one time with the two extra.
Well, they would have had to. They'd have picked up another time. They would have gone for two some other point during this game. That wouldn't have left them with.
I believe it was 21-13 at the half. Isn't that correct, Bobby?
All right, let's see what's going on now.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Commodores at the 10. Chancellor on the swing, and it's batted down by one of the defensive linemen, and I believe that was 25 that hit it down.
That'd be Kobe Walker.
It's going to bring up a second down in 10 after the incomplete pass.
That was it. Just he faked the ball to the running back.
So it was a player on the outside. And
look how open the receiver was. That's why you got to put pressure on the quarterback. The Phantoms are playing real loose on their coverage. Let's see, he's in the shotgun.
Back to pass. Flushed out. Tosses the ball in. Almost a dramatic catch. Incomplete.
That was a great try. Brent Vincent over there with him, and I
believe that was intended for number 5, McCain.
Exactly.
And he almost made a circus catch.
Just couldn't quite bring it in.
Incomplete. 3rd down and goal from the 10. Don't be surprised if we don't see a draw right up the middle.
I don't know about the draw, but we have seen him run a fake.
Well, they got 4 wideouts, 2 to the top of the screen, 2 to the near side. Back to pass again is being flushed out over the middle, and look at that, a ricochet off, and a touchdown is scored by the Maury Commodores.
Well, what do you do?
That
like
number
I said
5
earlier,
that ended up catching that ball, and that was McCain.
Well, I tell you, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they have had some lucky bounces tonight. The first 2-point conversion, they got that. They've had a second pass that has been tipped and gone to a second receiver.
The ball ricocheted and bounced off of Parker, number 8, into the hands of McCain, number 5. Now, extra point attempt. Blocked.
Yes! Blocked again.
This time it was blocked.
And it looked like number 21 had got it, I think.
That's exactly who it is.
21, Daryl Dixon.
And I believe he did it in the first half. Wasn't he the one that blocked the first one? That's his second block of the game.
Well, see, now that means the Phantoms score. They got the extra point comes looming big.
Yes, indeedy. So here we go with the Phantoms on offense. Down by 6, 48-42. 1st and 10 at the 10. 1st and goal at the 10.
You know, if you're the Commodores, you almost felt like you should have gone for 2.
As successful as, they're 2 for 2 going for 2, right?
Yep.
Here we go. Aaron Ward, the quarterback. 1 wide out to the near side. Ball's handed off to Haroon Brown, who's had a great night. And he carries the ball down to the 5, and that'll be a 2nd down and goal from the 5 now.
Hey, I'm going to give another offensive player out. Haroon Brown, Bobby, we're going to give another offensive player for the Phantoms. But Haroon Brown, so we're going to give 2 offensive shirts out for the player of the game, Haroon Brown and Vincent, and number 15 Barnes on defense for the Phantoms.
He was a player that we kind of went back and forth on to choose. Here we go, 2nd down and 10. Hand off again to Brown, up the middle, touchdown, Phoebus.
Holy moly.
You give him the extra, you give him the credit, you give him the accolades. and he comes through again for him.
We got a Phantom that's shaken up.
So we are an extra point away from the number 1 seed defeating the number 4 seed.
Well, wait a minute. Let's see who this is hurt. If this is 77 for the Phantoms, that's their center. That's not the guy you want to get hurt.
Oh, no.
The center is Robert Edwards, number 77, and I can't see who that number is. See the replay here and see if we can see. Might be 71. I'm not sure. I can't tell.
He's getting up. It is 71.
That's the other one I thought it was, and that's Aaron Elliott.
He may have twisted his ankle, but
he's coming off on his own,
which is good news. Timeout, Maury, as they're going to try to ice up Fredericks here, as he's going to attempt the extra point to possibly win the game here for the Phantoms.
This has been a game that's had me jumping and moving, and I tell you,
it's a good thing we can move the chairs out of the way and stand and watch this game, because it's been one of those kind of games, I'll tell you.
I don't know how Killen and Musgrove are sitting down, and the reason they're probably
they
the reason they are.
They got it right.
They got it right. Killen is look. He's having spasms over there.
Easy, Brent. Easy, Brent. Brent's having a spaz attack up here.
Well, that's 2 reasons. A great game, and he's sitting next to Killen. I mean, it just.
Oh well, that'd be a reason to start having a spaz attack, isn't it? All right, here we go. 48-48 overtime. Extra point away from winning the game now for the Phantoms. Lamont Fredericks for the Phoebus Phantoms will attempt the extra point.
And I tell you, this young man has done an awesome job tonight.
Here comes the snap. It's down, it's up, it looked good, it's good!
And the Phantoms won 49-48. We'll have an all-peninsula regional
district regional final here at Darling Stadium next Friday night between the Phoebus Phantoms and the Hampton Crabbers.
And defense did it.
What a game. 49-48. They give a shirt to the kicker for winning it for him. Great job. Great job.
He made every extra point.
Offensive power tonight. Offensive power.
First time this year he's made every extra point. All right, we're going to watch the replay and then look at Coach D's reaction. Watch there. Boom. There's the kick. Up and good. And look at Bill D. He said, oh, wow. I can't believe it. All
look
right.
at that.
Woo. He's saying, man, was that an offensive team or what?
My goodness gracious. What a game we saw here at Darling Stadium tonight, folks. Overtime. 49-48. Blocked extra point for the Phantoms again was the turning point.
Well, I tell you, Mike, I'm flabbergasted. I feel great for the Phantoms, and the Commodores have nothing to be ashamed of. They did a great job, come out with a great game plan, and lost
97 points, man.
Woo! Let's go with our corporate sponsor.
All right. Tonight's game was Zoom Sitco with locations throughout the peninsula. Subway, located at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, where great subs, salads, and wraps. Anya Super Pet Center, where pets are not just animals. 49 West Mercury Boulevard, and in part by Eric Thompson Realtor. Call Eric to buy or sell your home at 881-2004, and in part by Parkline Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the manager. Mike Hauser, along with Bob Hicks, Bob Killen, and Brent Musgrove. Next week, Friday night, here at Darling Stadium, the Hampton Crabbers will come in here as the number 2 seed. We'll play the number 1 seed, Phoebus Phantoms, for the regional title, a rematch. Here we go. See you next week, folks.